you.
This is the version right here. This is the one.
This is it. This is it, people.
Yes.
People have the power. Yes.
Oh, that was inspiring.
Good morning. I just checked my Twitter. Wow. They're not happy. They're not happy. I will openly admit I did that for myself today.
The people not liking it?
Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
Who was in that version? It was everybody. It was a million people.
Well, I wanted the last one to be the obnoxious version. It's a lot longer, and it's an ensemble. It's People Have the Power from 2004, the finale of the Vote for Change tour. You got Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band in there, Michael Stipe from R.E.M., the Dixie Chicks, Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, Dave Matthews, Bonnie Raitt, Jackson Brown, John Fogerty. And then it gets weird. Jurassic 5, Kem Mo, and Kenny Babyface Edmonds.
Ooh.
All singing, "People Have the Power."
Where was Jurassic 5 in? Ain't that the rap group?
I don't know.
That's impressive.
I really don't know. This all started a couple days ago. I decided to play Patti Smith, "People Have the Power," and boy, did they hate it.
Oh, they did not like it.
So instead of like acknowledging they hated it and move on, I decided to play then Pearl Jam's version of the song yesterday, and then today we got the big over the top version.
The ensemble.
The ensemble.
That's the end of the concert. Everybody holding hands and waving.
The crowd is clapping and singing along.
You already left trying to get avoid traffic.
Oh yeah, I was gone.
You never see the ensemble at the end of the concert.
Oh hell no. Hell the fuck no.
You bounced by that time.
Yes, of course I did. Sherrod Small in studio.
Yes, I'm back.
Rich Voss in studio.
Boss.
Happening?
Good morning, Rich Voss.
You guys look good. You guys look. You look like you're rejuvenated in life. You look like $1 million.
Thank you, Rich.
It's a whole new good feel. I like it. I like the good feel. I'm not going to say anything negative. I just like. But I was
a good
just
vibe
thinking,
in here, right?
It's a good. I was looking over at the Jews. If you had to let one go, if one had to go.
Yeah.
If you had to kill one, if it was a Sophie's choice
look,
of the Stingles.
What?
I try to save money and just hire one of them, but they come together.
I like that.
They come together, man.
It's a package deal.
You know how you're trying to get more money from this place?
Yeah. It is going to happen because I don't want to say anything. I don't want to forget it. We're getting offers.
We got your hat money.
Oh, what?
Hat money.
I said we got your hat money.
Yeah. See, you don't use them. You don't use them for comedy. You use them for more like producing and stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, some people think they're writing lines for me, so.
Did
Yeah,
really?
I swear to God.
That's hilarious.
And they got videos and everything to prove it. They're getting very strange out there, Rich Voss.
I'm big fans of theirs.
Yeah, you notice I didn't bite on the whole, we're getting offers thing, by the way?
Yeah.
I've been around way too long.
You let it ride. That was you're a pro, man.
Yeah. Enjoy that thought. Enjoy that thought.
How many times are you going to fucking jack off those drinks?
I got to shake them up.
Huh?
I got to shake them up.
Which one is that, first of all?
I'm doing a simple green, juice press, cucumber, celery, lemon, kale, and sea salt.
Okay.
You just slam it. It sucks. And then I'm going to go with a little blueberry protein smoothie drink.
Does it have like
From
almond or
Juice Press.
something?
These Juice Press people better fucking start giving me free shit.
You drink it every day.
Every fucking day, and they're $11 a bottle.
No
What?
fucking way.
Yes, they are.
No, it is not.
And I
Get
got
outta
two today,
here.
so my breakfast is $22, and I'll still be fucking hungry.
Holy shit! I know
And
where
I'll
that.
be hungry.
I know where that money's coming from.
$11 a what?
About. It's a 10 and change.
That's crazy.
Let's round it off to 11.
When
And
you
I
say-
buy about 5 or 6 of these a week.
Right.
A week. So how about the Juice Press people acknowledge that I'm pushing them right now
Get on their shit.
and get me a case of this shit.
But why don't you
Don't
make-
forget, I'm allergic to apples, so you got apples in some of these drinks. Don't send the apple ones.
Like what? Like
we got to get Kevin Smith in here,
at
by the
night,
way.
I drink my Citracel.
Yeah.
But I shake it up.
Yeah.
And Bonnie, it drives her nuts. It's like she screams at me.
People have the power.
You know what I mean?
She screams at you because you're shaking up your drinks?
and I eat nuts in bed.
Well, I heard that about you.
You eat nuts in bed?
Modi mentioned that.
Yeah.
I eat nuts but my head will be on the headboard.
Hey,
Hey, what's up,
Kevin.
man?
It'll be on the headboard.
An old
How's it
friend.
going, man? Good to see you.
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
Good morning.
How's it going, man?
Good, sir.
I
How
love.
are you? Hey.
Wow, you lost weight. I know.
Hells yeah.
I know you're sick of talking about it,
Not
but
at all. I'll always
you look
talk about
fucking
that. Are we on
great.
the air, or-
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy? Is he not?
Jimmy is filming.
We had to let him go.
Yeah, we had to let him go. No,
This is
he's
happening again? Every week now? They're like, you got to fire coach.
he's being Hollywood Jimmy. We call it Hollywood Jimmy
Yeah,
when he
he's
has to
taking-
tap out for a couple of days. He's filming a little
I've
something.
worked with Hollywood Jimmy before.
Yeah, I know.
A couple times.
I
man.
know you have.
He's like a lucky charm. How are you guys?
I haven't seen you in probably over a year. You look 10 years younger.
Thank you.
It's creepy.
I realize. Well, number one, I dress like I like to say my style is kind of like I'm an adult male blossom.
Yeah.
So it's very eclectic. So that keeps you looking young. Period. Anyway. But
Who's
yeah.
your six? Who's six if you're
It
Blossom?
depends. Like Jay sometimes is
Okay.
my six. Ralph Garman if I'm doing Hollywood Babylon. Scott Mosier if I'm doing like
Holy
Smodcast.
fuck.
I don't see it.
You don't see it. I don't think
That's awesome. It's like I don't know. Work harder.
Yeah. I don't think you ever look bad, but you look younger.
It's not. Look, here's the thing. I just look so atrocious that losing 85 pounds. makes me
85 fucking pounds.
And here's how I
That's a
did it.
fucking
It's
kid.
simple, and this is I just want to communicate this and this is not braggy brag. This is just if somebody had told me this, I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I watched this documentary called Fed Up. It was narrated by Katie Couric.
Yes.
That's not what makes it great, but that's how most people know it.
Yeah.
So that's how you ID it. In this documentary, they talked about the food industry in the late 60s, early 70s, which I was born 70. Slowly just started, like, people, they made processed foods, the original processed foods, and people were like, this is all right.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make it better? And anything, you make it better by amping up the sugar content. So slowly they just started adding more sugar per serving, like, throughout my childhood. So, it wasn't like, this tastes overly sweet, just tastes like Lucky Charms taste the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
But, like, Lucky Charms has enough sugar in it to, like, to sugar up a small nation someplace else in one bowl. That's why we love the milk after the cereal's gone, and that's the
That's
way I
sugar
would
milk.
eat my cereal.
That's sugar milk.
I used to-
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to shoot
Good old
it.
sugar milk.
You used to what? Shoot it?
Shoot it, the milk.
Can I have that? My cousins would leave a bowl of it behind. I was like, you guys are fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
why on earth would you not? That's the best part.
That is the best part.
But that's how I got
It's the worst
fatter
part
too.
for you,
I would
yeah.
sit there, eat the cereal till there's a lot of milk left, and I was like, "There's milk left. I might as well put more cereal in."
Yes.
Put more cereal in. I'm like, "Wait, I'm out of milk." Then you put more milk in.
Yeah.
Then before you know it, you've
The
filled
whole
the
box is gone.
It's gone. So in this doc, they said like the sugar content just got amped and amped to the point where I guess the regular daily allowance is un poco. It's like a thimbleful. And you get that in your first coffee in the morning in America. Like, that's how we do sugar.
Wait, that's how much sugar you're supposed to have? That's it?
It's not a lot, man. It's crazy.
Wow.
Use it sparingly.
look,
But here in America, we're like, sugar forever. Fuck
Right.
everything else. Because more is better and we do what we want. And sugar's like a drug, dude. It's the cheapest, easiest drug to access.
Definitely.
Makes you feel good, changes your fucking mood, can make an asshole fucking tolerable. Like, can make anything tolerable.
Yes.
In a bottle of soda, it's like 23 grams of, and you think grams, like if you did Coke, like I did, 23 grams is a lot of fucking
That's
sugar.
a good
gram.
weekend.
I
It's
was
a good
not a Coke
weekend.
guy. Show me a gram. Is a gram like when in the movies they pull out a little bullet? and they're like,
about a gram. So you got, say like a packet of sugar.
yeah, that's
So-
1 gram.
Yeah, I'd say about a gram.
So if you did 45 grams of Coke,
No,
what would
20.
happen?
What's that?
If you did 45 grams of Coke, what would happen?
I probably had
Your
sucking
heart
the
would
dick
probably.
for the 46.
So that's the secret.
Yeah,
That's how I get a bro job.
But that's all those. I look at it as a gram is those packets.
Yes.
So I always look at sugar intake, not even fat, because sugar turns into fat. Okay, so you got the fat and the
Right.
sugar that's going to turn into the fat.
That's what
Right.
they also
You know.
said. They were like, look, you could eat your sugar-free cereals, you could eat your sugar-free crackers, your whole wheat crackers. It don't matter. From the neck down, that shit turns into sugar.
Of course.
So once I watched that, I was like, oh my God. Like, and maybe it's because they use cartoons or whatever the fuck, but I completely understood for the first, at age 44, I was like, oh, now I get it. I'm a sugar storage factory. That's what all this is. So I was like, 44 years I've been doing maybe not 44 years. My parents, I love them to death, but they had my brother and sister before me. By the time they got to me, they were like, he doesn't want to eat vegetables. Fuck it, I'm tired. Don't eat vegetables. You know, they were like, it's not like Virginia and Donald ate vegetables and they became, JFK and RFK. So that by the time they got to me, they were like, fuck it, don't eat your vegetables. We don't care.
It's funny you say that because I got 2 kids and I'm already slacking on the second. So I can't even.
You're like,
and we're debating a third, man. That third would be a deep shit.
Be a road warrior.
Yeah, exactly.
My kid will eat. The 8-year-old will eat hummus, all kinds of vegetables, but fucking sugar too.
Yeah.
Like there's no in between with this little, and she doesn't carry her weight. What I'm saying is, like, last night.
Oh my God, that's a phrase I've heard my whole life. He carries his weight.
He carries his weight well.
You talk about this movie Fed Up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was #1 on iTunes on the documentary, because our documentary, Women Aren't Funny, could not get past there. Is many
That's
downloads.
such a stealth plug, dude.
I know.
Stealth? Was it stealth?
And
Because I kept seeing Fed Up.
I told him not to do it.
What,
that
plug
was
my
not
movie,
stealth.
Women Aren't
Oh,
Funny,
my God.
with Chris Rock. Joan
7
Rivers.
minutes into the
That was-
conversation.
Kevin Smith. He makes
hasn't even
fucking
told
great
his whole
movies.
story yet.
I make
let him-
movies, period.
Yeah.
Great is subjective.
And let him tell
fucking
the rest
good
of his
movie.
story
Thank you.
before we move on here. With I have 2 kids and I kept sugar out. I was doing a great job, but then it's where they go elsewhere and get their sugar. And so they down the hall. That's the problem.
Little addicts.
They got
dude.
different
They're just like, I
dealers.
can't get it here. Where else can I get it?
I know a guy in 42nd.
But it shows how strong the sugar thing is because, man, as soon as they had it for the first time, that's all it took. I'm like,
It makes you want more. It's just like Coke, man. They show you in the documentary, same areas of the brain
It stimulates
affected
it.
by sugar.
stimulated
Yeah.
by
We were talking-
sugar, stimulated by Coke.
we were talking about yesterday on the show. They had a whole article that it's pretty similar to cocaine, Diet
I
Coke.
said to myself,
Yeah,
I was
in
like,
that
look,
case.
man, I did this for 44 years, did whatever I want. Let me try doing just for like 1 year, maybe. Even I wasn't even committing to that. I was like, let me go for 6 months to just do it completely different. So I just took sugar out. First 2 weeks were really fucking tough. I would have sucked dick for Lucky Charms. It was so my body was falling apart.
Was there actual withdrawals?
Yes,
That you were
physical
feeling?
for the first 2 days. Physical, you felt crappy, but it was more psychological, emotional. What happens is like I'm sitting around my house and I'm fucking depressed. I'm beyond depressed, doing bereft, and I'm never like that. I'm never one of these people. It's like I'm half full guy all the time. As long as you're above ground, there's always another fucking shot and stuff. But I'm sitting in my office just like, fuck all this. Like, I'm a loser. I'm everything they ever say on the fucking internet. Like, fucking, why am I trying?
So
the
you got my
Walrus
message.
movie, why'd I do that? Like, I was beating myself up for so many
'Cause of
fucking
sugar?
things. I was like, all this fucking sugar. I blame the sugar. So I was just fucking like feeling bad. And I went to my wife and I was like, look, I don't know how to say this, but I've never felt this way in my life, so I just think I should give you the heads up. Like, I don't feel well right in the head. I can't fucking find a happy thought. And it feels like depression, but I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what this is? And she was like, Kevin, you just stopped eating sugar. And I was like, no, that's not it. She goes, yeah. She's like, all your dopamine was predicated on sugar. You would wake up, eat 4 fistfuls of bubblegum flavored jelly beans, and then be like, what's for breakfast? Like that's how you start the day.
Yeah.
She's like, I hate to say it as your wife, but all of your happy was predicated on sugar, and now sugar is gone.
I would wake up in the middle of the night because I can't sleep through the night, and I'll have a piece. This is fucked up because I'm addicted to Nicorette gum. I quit some. And I'll go into the kitchen. I might have a cookie or whatever.
A cookie?
Something sweet, or pour a handful of fucking. What's that cinnamon toast crunch?
Yes.
It's like fucking.
that shit
That's
is
some
good.
serious.
It's like sugar fried sugar.
It's like serious shit right there.
Yeah.
So you had that, and then you can't get back to bed, with a sip of Diet Coke. I'm a fucking mess. And it's all sugar, caffeine, and nicotine. And
Yeah, I was going to say that the sugar thing is key. Because
There's a reason you like it. Like, you don't buy it because you're being charitable or because
Right.
you're like, well, this is part of a nutritious diet.
Yeah.
Fucking makes you feel good, tastes good. There's nothing negative about it that you see right away until slowly you just start seeing it pile up in your body. Because some of the shit we're not meant to put that much into our body of.
I mean, if it grows out the ground in South America, chances are you can get addicted to it.
And also the aspartame and all that just tricks you to say you want sugar.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sure.
when when I was trying to stop Coke in the beginning, I went to a therapist or a doctor, and they gave me this stuff that blocked my the zone, what do you call it? Your pleasure zones. So if you did coke, you wouldn't feel it. I'm going, this is not how you stop fucking coke, because I kept doing it until I
more and
fucking
more and
felt
more.
it.
Yeah,
He's like, I'll break it through, break the wall. I did it, America.
It's ridiculous. There's no drug that's going to make you stop another drug.
Yeah.
Okay, what you do is you just stop.
There's a drug
You know.
that they give alcoholics that
If they-
will make you throw up.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
Drink, and that's where you're like, good Lord, are we at a place? Are we so
Yes.
gluttonous?
Yes, we are.
Like, do we need an ark to come in here, or a flood to
Yeah.
wipe everything out, and a boat or something? Like, are we so gluttonous
And
that
start over.
really that they really need to be like, here's a drug that will make you violently ill if you have a drink.
Right.
But if you're an alcoholic and you're addicted, you will.
You
It
need
doesn't mean it. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean a fucking
still
Really?
thing.
So you'll overdo?
You'll drink and
You'll
throw
know-
up and,
And throw up and throw up and throw up until you stop
Knowing
throwing
that-
up and you just keep drinking.
Knowing that you're just going to get extremely
Yes,
sick
I
and
mean,
you're not going to get that
because you're
buzz because
not-
you're on that pill.
because
It'll
that's-
wear off after a while, though.
Yeah.
First
Ugh.
of all, with alcohol,
horrible.
unlike coke, you're
brutal.
physically addicted, but you're dealing with the mental addiction, which no drug, time is what lifts the obsession and compulsion of the mental addiction. That's time.
Yeah.
So
Well, by the way, do you want a donut? There's a box of donuts in the.
I had I had a
Quick
That
segue
is
to the local
dangerous.
donut hole.
I don't need as much sugar either.
We've never had a problem. You're always
No, I got a dad body. You haven't seen me in a while.
dad bod.
They talk about
That's
getting
popular now.
Yeah,
Ladies love dad bod.
But they talk about
LLDB.
getting a dad body after having a kid. After my second kid, I gained about 15, almost 20 pounds, and I was having a tough time getting it off for the first time in my life. And Florentine was the one going, man, it's all about the sugar. Just like Kevin Smith is saying, he goes, watch your sugar intake and you'll see. Because I was doing everything right. I was going for my bike rides and working out at the gym and eating my salads. And I got, protein drinks and vegetable drinks, but it was still hanging on there.
Right.
As soon as I knocked down the sugar content, it came off like nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
easy. And
Look,
I lost 15 pounds.
The weight I took off, people go, or just like he was saying before, he's just like, well, try harder. I don't look thin. I just look thinner. And if I take off this shit, you'd be like, fuck, lose weight. Because I'm all droopy and and shit like that. Did you ever see the video on Facebook of that kid who's like, I lost like 150 pounds. You feel good for him?
Yeah.
It's neck up shot and shit. And he's like, but I've always had this body image thing that like I can't own up to. He's like, I'm just going to own it right now. And he backs up and shows you his body and what happens after you drop all that weight. That fucking skin just droops, hangs.
You need the
that's what I
surgery.
got.
And they
Well,
have
can you-
surgery for that.
Some people don't qualify for the surgery, though.
I wouldn't want to do that though. Like, I mean, for me, it's like I would love to get rid of it, but at the same time, I'm like, live with the drape. Right. I can't go under the knife. Like, I could have done that years ago for like
get
a
the
stomach
stomach.
stapling
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever the fuck. But it's like, if you've gotten to the point, the only time you should be going to the doctors or hospitals if like they got to medically save your life because there's some disease or something's broken or blah blah blah. If I felt like what a failure as a human being if I'm going in there going like, okay, I
cosmetic.
cannot fucking stop myself.
Yeah.
Cut my stomach and have surgically alter me. And that always kept me from going that way. Dropping sugar seemed like, all right, it's going to be difficult, but it's easier than a fucking surgery.
That's true.
And there's nobody going like, there's 50-50 chance you might fucking die on the table. So I was like, let me just try dropping
Oh,
sugar.
yeah, man. They lose some people during
from
that
doing
surgery.
liposuction?
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
any elective surgery, man. They'll tell you any surgery,
Yeah.
anything can fucking happen. But
I'm
elective
having a
surgery,
cyst
more.
cut off next week.
Oh, that's you'll be fine.
But wait here. How about
I'll give you a cookie.
How about this? Can't you, like, as you're losing weight,
In the middle of the night.
can you work out
What a
and
creep.
just do
That's the next step.
He's
I,
so
see,
creepy.
and that's the thing. To be fair, I haven't even fucking worked out. Like a lot of people, if I put some effort into this,
Yeah, but
I might look good like you guys.
Well, you
but
hike, don't
I'm not
you?
talking-
I walk the dog, but that's it. Like I like now I've lost enough weight where probably the next step, and I'm not racing toward it, would be get a trainer or do it myself, but work out. Like start working out, make things
Tighten some
tighter
shit
and
up a
stuff.
little bit.
But I'm one thing at a time. Like I only got here because it was not physically that difficult.
Right.
Like first 2 weeks were tough. And then after that, you start looking at everything sweet in a different way where you're like, oh, I used to love that. Now, this is how I did it. Every time I wanted something sweet, I was like, you had your fucking fun. Like 44 years, you fucked sugar every way you could. You put it in every orifice, you jacked it up your ass in your mouth, like fucking. There's nothing left. Like you eventually hit a wall where you're like, you were like Alexander. You're like you wept because there was no sugar left to conquer.
I had to come to the same conclusion with Puerto Rican girls. I did it all. I've been there with it. I had to give it up, man.
You gave it up, though.
Had to.
You had to.
It's
You
an
just
addiction.
had your fun, so you're like, all right, let me try this for a while without it. That's how I get it.
And you know what? When you get past it too, it doesn't taste the same.
Sugar?
Not sugar.
Well, it's
you get
crazy.
past it.
One sip, you'll be like, "Fuck, that's sweet." Like
Right.
it's intense.
I
Like,
mean,
when you taste it.
I'm down to the point where I could have like a couple, spoonfuls of ice cream, and then I'm good. Instead of having a whole bowl or the whole half gallon, it's something. It's weird. It just takes the craving away. That's where I'm sort of at.
I kill my cravings with this, and I'm not a pitch person for it. I got no connection to it, but it fucking works because when you lose sugar, quitting booze is difficult because booze is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You walk into a grocery store, they got booze. But you could still go into some places in this world, some convenience stores, they ain't got booze and stuff. So there are places you could go and avoid booze. You cannot fucking avoid sugar. Nope. No matter where you go. Nope. Food store, fucking $5 a dime. You can go to a Macy's, they got chocolate sitting at a fucking counter.
Yes, they do.
Sugar is fucking like unavoidable. I forgot what point I was about to make. But, the cravings. Every once in a while, you can't help it. You're just like, fuck, I'd like something sweet. I found this thing, man. It was by accident. I was at Whole Foods, and I was in the snack aisle because I was like, let me find anything. And they had these things called Cheeky Monkey, and they look like cheese doodles, but without cheese, made with peanut butter. So I was like, let me try this shit. I love peanut butter. And I looked at the bags, 4 ingredients, and less than 1 gram of sugar in the whole fucking thing. So I was like, what the fuck? It's got to taste like crap. And I ate it. It was fantastic. So I kept getting it, and then Whole Foods stopped carrying it. And I was like, where is it all? And they're like, you fucking bought it. And so they didn't replace it. It never came from us. So I looked up on Amazon, tried to find it. And then I found on Amazon, they didn't have Cheeky Monkey, but they had this shit called Bamba, B-A-M-B-A.
Right.
Everywhere. It looked exactly like the Cheeky Monkey, so I said, I'll order it. Comes out of Israel.
All great things come from Israel.
Dude, you ain't kidding, man. Like, I'm ready to fucking go over to Israel and just
All
be the
great
Bamba
things.
baby pitch man. Because this shit works. Like, I'm telling you, that's the key to losing weight for me, has been dropping sugar. When I get cravings, I eat this Bamba shit. That's it. It's
I'm gonna have
fantastic.
Oh, I've seen
cheese
that before.
doodles, but no cheese with peanut butter.
It only costs $1.36. That's scary.
No, but it's only 4 ingredients, dude. Corn, peanuts,
Right.
oil, salt. That's it. They don't even add sugar.
I'm gonna try that.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
telling
check
you,
it
it's
out.
not. And what you'll find right away is the American taste palate is like, oh, this isn't very sweet, but it's sweet enough, and that becomes your go-to. Milk is my other go-to. I drink milk like a fucking son of a bitch because that's my only sugar is like lactose. That's where I get any sort of sugar comes from the milk.
How long did it take to get the cravings out of your system?
After about like a month, like the first 2 weeks were hardcore, and then the two weeks that followed in that first month was easier, but it was still like, I don't want to be around brownies and shit because
Right.
you'd still kind of reach for it.
Who does? They're violent.
You know?
Oh, Fortune still got it.
Oh, we're proud of you. Have a cookie.
We're listening to Health Talk. You try to quit sugar, but you go out for Italian food. That fucking spaghetti sauce is full of fucking
Yeah.
everything you get
Ketchup.
everywhere is fucking.
They just add
Lot of sugar.
too.
Oh, ketchup has a bunch of sugar.
Yeah,
they add more to it.
Sugar's in just about every.
So that's the way.
fucking
If you
thing.
want to drop it, I walk the dogs like up a hill. It's not strenuous. I don't have a trainer. I haven't worked out hard. I just cut sugar out and it just falls the fuck off. I also added vegetable juices because I never had vegetables in my life. So I was like, well, fuck, if I could put them in a drink, hold my nose, and down one a day.
It's like a
that'll be
13-year-old.
What, you have a
pretty
juicer
much.
at home?
No,
Or you-
I did. Everyone's got 3 people have given me juicers, and I'm like, that's awesome, but I'm lazy. I just go to Aerobex and I'm like, here's my recipe, and they
Listen,
blend it.
that's what I
If
do
you
now, too.
worked out, for you especially, if you were in a gym, you wouldn't even have to do heavy weight. You would do lightweight, just a 1,000 sets.
Yeah, reps.
And you would cut up and lose, because heavyweight is obviously to build size and bulk.
Right. Yeah,
You
you
at
don't need that.
where you're at, you could go and for 20 minutes just do a bunch.
All right,
of reps.
he'll get there next.
No, I'm
No,
just
he's
saying.
telling me. Let him
people-
go, let him go.
No, I'm saying
20
a
minutes, you
bunch
say?
of- Yeah, 20,
Yeah.
25 minutes.
That's true.
Say you went and did chest and arms real day, and you just pounded out reps with lightweight, you're gonna cut up. That's how, you know what I mean?
All you need is 10s and 20s.
People that are doing
That
all the
would be
heavyweight
amazing.
sweating are to bulk up
He'll
and get big.
he'll tighten up a little bit.
That would be amazing in as much as like my whole I never thought I would see this weight again ever. Like now I'm at weight that I was right before I got married. Like I was at the weight where I scored my wife in the first place, which is, you look good. And then years later I was like, here's more of me. Does this look good? And to her credit, she was always like, oh, I don't see that. Although somewhere she's been like, well, I see that. But she's like, I never see the weight. It goes up, it comes down, I don't see it. Although lately she's been like, no, I see a difference, a big difference.
And how's your energy? You feel
Good,
just
like really incredibly
right?
good. And the thing is, it makes you look more youthful, I guess. Like you said, you're like, you look fucking young.
you look 10 years younger.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing a number out there, whatever. You look a lot younger.
And
Not that you look like
just
shit, trust me.
45.
but-
No, I did. Believe me, I've seen some pictures where I was like, holy shit. And that's the thing, like when you got a job where some people like you, not everybody, but some people like what you do and shit, they give you a pass for like 20 years. Like before Clerks, people would be like, you fat fuck, you fat piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. After Clerks on, they stop calling you that. They're like, hey, big guy. Hey, big guy. Hey, the big guy's here. What do you want, big guy? And stuff like that. And so, until that Southwest thing where I was tweeting, I was like, I'm fat, but I'm not fat enough to get thrown off. Then once I said I was fat, like every piece of media could call me fat without being sued and put it in quotes, and some people didn't put quotes. But that was like seeing it over and over again. I was like, oh, fuck, they know. They realize that I'm fat. I thought I was hiding it very well, and I wasn't hiding it very well. I thought I carried it well, as they said, but I stopped carrying it well. I carried too much.
I never thought of you as a fat guy or any of that shit.
I did. Oh, my God.
I'm
I wore it on my shirt. It
but I
said
never-
fat man, and I
It
wore
was
it
on a
proud.
tribute. It was in tribute.
Huh? But I never. Oh, I didn't hear you. I never thought of you that way for real. I don't know.
Yeah,
Look at that picture. That's one
Well,
of the...
you look like a fat guy there. For now that we're talking about, it, but I never really thought.
San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago.
Do you ever have dreams, though? You ever have an orange soda dream and you wake up in sweats?
Never. No, I don't miss it, honestly. Like every once in a while, last time I was in New York for a day, we went out to Philly to look at this mall that we might shoot Mallrats 2 in. And then while we were here, the kid was with me, my daughter Harley, so I was like, let's go to New York. And she went shopping. We went to Serendipity. She likes that place. So while we were there, she was like, Dad, you have to have a frozen hot chocolate. I was like, I haven't had sugar in so long, man. There's a good chance I might take a sip, start stabbing people. That'd be embarrassing for you as a teenager. So, but I tried one. And I didn't drink the whole thing. I went whole hog. I was like, I'll get a frozen hot chocolate with peanut butter in it. Like, fucking, if you're going to do it, do it. And I had it, and it was wonderful, and I was always worried that, like, after the first taste, I'd lose it and just go down the rabbit hole. But, I drank some of it, and I was like, that rocks, but that was enough. Honestly, like, this is so lame. I've become such a fucking milk fan that I'd prefer milk over, like, anything else. I skip meals and just drink a milk. Like, it's good, man.
I'm happy I don't have that addiction because I'll pig out. I'll have a pig out day, but then I'm good. Like the next day, I can't imagine pigging out again. And people have that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them because I feel so shitty the next day.
My shit was like Bacchus, dude. Like I just lived where I'd lay on my side and just
day after
bring
day,
me
right?
more plates.
Yeah, I just never had that. I'm thankful.
Me and Bonnie will eat well, and then one day a week we have a cheat day each, so we get to fuck somebody else. Thank you. Enjoy the meal.
I thought you were going to talk about cookies again.
She does that CrossFit, that fucking cult bullshit.
Yeah.
What is that?
CrossFit is intense.
CrossFit,
That's no bullshit.
it's
a machine?
Serious
Does it involve machinery?
No,
No.
serious training.
It's a movement.
We flipping fucking tires and all that.
Oh,
It's like,
that's what the truck tire thing's
yeah,
about?
all that shit. The cross
Battle
it's like-
ropes. Batman does the truck tire thing. In the new Batman v Superman trailer, you see Bruce Wayne like, pulling a truck tire. I was like, what the fuck's that? That's a thing now?
Well, that's
that's a
it's
huge
whole,
movement.
Wait, first of all,
So that's where all the truck tires are going?
Yes.
People are getting in shape and shit?
They figured out what to do with all those old truck tires.
CrossFit's throughout the country, right?
Sledgehammers and you just hit
Look, it's
tires
big
all
all the
day.
world.
All kinds of. But the guy that
Wait, that's an exercise?
Yeah.
The guy who
no,
invented
it's
it
a
is
whole
like
thing, lifting and
You lift the
it's
sledgehammer?
almost-
No, you're not listening. They also take sledgehammers to the truck tires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
that's-
mean? But what?
And just like, like you're working on the tire.
You're just smashing it.
just smashing it,
And that
smashing it.
counts?
Yeah.
I'd fucking do that
You've done
exercise. If
upstairs.
that was an exercise,
Here it
holy
is.
shit.
This is it.
Yeah,
This is CrossFit.
Just all sorts
It's
of
global.
These guys
It's
are
actually
in shape,
global.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these motherfuckers in shape.
Do you know the dude that invented CrossFit? I mean, CrossFit's throughout the world.
Is CrossFit just a cheap way to get in shape? Is that it? Like
No,
beat a
it's
tire?
fucking hard as fuck.
No, I'm not saying it's not hard, but it's inexpensive. You're beating on a tire.
No,
this sounds like the Fat Albert gang getting ready to get in shape. Like they're in a junkyard. They're like, well, we'll beat this until it's an instrument.
They're lifting weights, they're running and they're climbing wall. It's everything.
Jumping up on boxes.
Yeah, they're doing all that
please,
shit.
no CrossFitters misunderstand me. Like, fuck you, Silent Bob. I'll put you in the earth. Like, I get it. You're strong. I'm just saying, is that where it originated from?
I don't know, but the guy that invented the word CrossFit, and they're everywhere.
Did you just look at this, dude? What is that? Is that sit-ups while hanging from a bar? What do you call that?
Just they're animals.
It's men and women who do this.
Fucking
It's men and women who do it. It's big. They have big fucking competitions all around the world.
Climbing ropes.
You know, I was feeling pretty good about my body until you showed me this video.
to use the word CrossFit in your company, it costs you $3,000.
Oh, it's a trademark term?
Yeah, he owns it.
And they're everywhere.
He has like cerebral palsy or something. He has some type of...
No, he
has something. Yeah, he has something. He just interviewed him recently, like on 2020.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
Yeah, but he has something that he don't work on. He don't work on himself, but he started CrossFit.
And they have big competitions. My wife's been going for a year and a half.
He's a smart dude. He's a really smart dude.
Why is it a cult?
Why
is it a cult?
I mean,
it has that feel to it.
You got to high five and pound somebody after they.
There's the tire thing. So rolling tires over.
Now I'm
and
guessing
over again.
by the fact that it takes 3 of them to do it, this shit is hard. This isn't for show or pageantry. You need 3 people to move that tire.
Yeah, this is more.
So when they show Batman dragging that tire in the trail, see how everything for me comes back to Batman. Right. That is like one guy pulling a truck tire in a wet truck tire with a chain.
Yes. Oh, that's hard shit.
That's
why they showed that. I was just like, well, I guess they're just showing us Ben's very muscly back. But instead, it's like, look how fucking strong he is.
I do some of this CrossFit because the gym got really boring for me. Just doing the basic workouts that I've been doing my entire life.
People who do it love it.
Fun. They're
People
hopping on the tire.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like exercise. This looks like a good time.
They live it. They don't love it.
They love it.
That's their lives.
It's intense.
They're almost as aggravating as vegans.
Are they that committed?
Yeah.
You can't have a conversation. They'll judge you for not being CrossFit?
Probably.
I'm like, CrossFit? I'm not even fucking fit. Look at this, man. That looks fun. So this kind of looks like American Ninja Warrior.
They do it in big stadiums, too. They have big competitions. That's 10,000 people there, 20,000.
No, look, they didn't sell enough tickets for this one. There's no one in the stands for this one.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is not a big competition here.
No, this is
like finding out that like Tyler Perry was a thing. Like where holy crap, look at the box office. He's popular. I had no idea this existed. Look how popular it is. They're in a stadium. It's kind of empty, but they're in a stadium.
I didn't know they did competitions.
They show it
like
on
this.
ESPN and all that.
No idea.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's intense.
I gotta be honest with you, that truck tire thing just changed my whole world. But now I understand why that's in Batman.
My wife will stand on her hand. They'll have to do push-ups on their hands against the wall. Then they'll have to do like 100 pull-ups. Not at once.
I think like 2020 did a big story on them.
From one exercise, and you have to wait there till everybody's done. Like if you finish first, that's why it's culty. And you're going, come on, they're rooting them on and shit, And
well, that's not culty as much as encouraging. Is that what culty is to you? Like when you say to somebody, "Good job," that's a goddamn cult.
Good job.
Every man for himself. A suspect of anyone who's got your back.
That's why I never tell my kid good job because I don't want her to think she's in a cult. That's why she's going up.
Your dad owns himself.
Yeah, she has no esteem, but she doesn't feel like she's in a cult. It's crazy.
Yeah. Let's Kevin. What are you doing in town besides?
I came out. Everything chiefly
weight loss.
I came out to shoot Comic Book Man. We're shooting season 5. It comes back in October.
Nice.
So I went down to Jersey to do that. But while we were in town, there was a BuzzFeed and Nighthawk Cinema over in Brooklyn did this outdoor screening of Mallrats.
Wow.
Not last night, but the night before. Was it Monday or Tuesday? I forget which night it was. But the night of the 4th. So I think Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Like 2,000 people showed up.
Amazing.
It was really fucking dope. And that was a movie that when it came out, no 1,000 people show up. Like I watched that movie in a theater with 5 people. So it was really awesome to watch it with that many people. So framed around that, I said, let me do, my birthday is that weekend. It was Sunday, I turned 45. So I said, I'll do a couple gigs at Caroline's, and we'll do the screening out in Brooklyn, and then shoot Comic Book Man. And after this, I go to Louisville, Kentucky for Fandom Fest, then go to Atlanta for some shows for a couple nights, then go see my mom in Florida, and my kids coming out. We're going to go to
Jeez.
parks and stuff.
You're
So
gonna be
it's like
busy.
a 2-week busy period.
Very cool.
I loved fucking Chasing Amy. I'm
thank you.
telling you how much I love that fucking movie.
Thank you. I dig that flick as well.
That's a great movie.
It was fun back
It's
in the
in
day.
my-
Why do you like it so much?
It just was such a good feel movie. I don't know I love the movie.
That's how far you got to reach back to '97 to compliment Kevin Smith these days.
Hey, listen, what is it?
No, dude, I appreciate it. I'll take
listen,
it.
what was it called? What was the one?
Red State.
When Kevin Pollock's head got blown up,
Spoiler.
I came.
Yes.
Okay, it was,
That is.
it's not
I
a
loved
spoiler.
it too.
It's been out.
Yeah, it's
but
good
it was
point.
great. And Goodman is
Thank you.
everything he's
wonderful
in.
it. He's
he
fantastic.
fucking-
I really liked Red State
Yeah.
for real,
Yeah, it was a
man.
fun flick.
And when you did that on tour,
How many years ago is that now?
That was going back to 2011 now.
Holy
And then I took
fuck.
3 years off, and then I came back and did Tusk. After Red State, I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then after 3, I was just doing podcasts and live
Yeah.
shows and the TV stuff. And then because of that one podcast we talked about the Walrus story, I was like, I fell in love with writing the script and wrote the script for Tusk and wound up making the movie. And that came together 6 months. Like after that podcast where we talked about 6 months later, I was on a set, Justin Long's covered in rubber, and I'm going action. He's like, ugh! And the movie was a reality and shit. After that, spun off of that movie. My kids in the movie, her and Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter, play the 2 convenience store clerks in Tusk, very briefly. So I wrote a whole movie about them, spun off a flick, and Johnny comes back for it. He's been fucking astounding. Like that made up for all the Willis stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like working with one movie star that was kind of heartbreaking, and then working with a guy who, here's a perfect example of how awesome this dude is.
Oh, are you saying Bruce
Bruce Willis was awful?
Was awesome?
No.
You say?
No. What? What happened with?
Oh,
It's such a
he's
whole
talked
story.
about it.
But
Really?
On
let me
our,
tell you,
on
you know
our
what?
show and other places.
I'd rather light a candle than curse the darkness. Let me tell you about amazing movie story instead of giving time to whatever.
It's too bad.
The's this movie
It breaks
we're
your
doing.
heart, doesn't it?
It really
Stay with
does.
me. Stay with
All right,
me.
sorry.
Stay
Yeah,
with me.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
still like him. It's cool. I love Die Hard. Don't worry about it. You don't have to change.
No,
the
I'm open to him being an
he's the
asshole.
sugar of actors.
No. Sugar is sweet, my friend. And we all want it. So here we are making this movie, Tusk, and I wrote this part of this guy, Guy Lapointe, a French Canadian, kind of like a Clouseau, that we talked about on a different episode of Smodcast, made up the character. And I wrote it for Quentin Tarantino to play because I know he loves Michael Parks, and Michael Parks is going to play our old seafaring man in the movie and stuff. So I said, put them in a scene together. Quentin would love that. So I write the part. I know he loves to act and stuff. Send it off to Quentin. He's like, I don't want to do this. So I'm like, really? What happened? And just later on, what we found out was he thought he was being offered the part of Justin Long, the walrus part. He's like, why would you cut off my legs and make me a walrus? But later on, I was able to explain, like, no, it was this Guy Lapointe part, but didn't matter. We didn't have him. We were Lapointeless at that point. So I was sitting there going, like, who could we cast? And I said, the whole project's been about pushing whimsy, came out of imagination. I was never like, somebody could have put me off it instantly if they were like, don't fucking do this.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, yeah, I probably shouldn't. I'm wishy-washy as fuck, dude. That's why I gravitate towards strong personalities, because I love people who know exactly who the fuck they are in life. Like Jason Mewes, from the moment I met him till now, unwaveringly knew who he was, makes no apologies for who he is, what he likes. Brian Johnson, Walter Flanagan, same way. People that I'm drawn to are people that are like, yeah, I like comics. Fuck you. Like Walter Flanagan, age 20, was like, I was like, oh, I used to read comics, but then I gave it up, when I went to high school because I wanted to get laid. Ha ha.
Yeah.
And he was like, why would you do that? He's going, they're amazing. He's going, here, fucking, you think this is kids stuff? And he gave me a copy of Dark Knight Returns. He's like, read this. You tell me if that's for fucking kids. I came back the next day. I was like, this is fucking amazing. This is not for kids. He's like, fuck no. Batman breaks somebody's fucking spine. That's not for a child. This is metal. So this was a dude who knew what he liked. And now the world matches his tone, right?
Yes.
Like everyone appreciates comic books, and comic book movies are huge and shit. So I'm drawn to those cats, man. People who know exactly who the fuck they are, because I don't. I'm still figuring it out. Age 45, I got a good idea and shit, but I figure once I get my spine together, then I'll probably die. But maybe that's what my trip is all about, figuring out who the fuck I am. So whole thing's about pushing whimsy, right? I'm like, if this doesn't happen, doesn't matter. It's not like this is a vision quest, Chautauqua. If somebody could have talked me out of it. So I was like, in a world pushing whimsy, who would you love to play this character? Fuck budget. Fuck, common sense. Just what would
go with it.
What would be the dream?
Yeah.
And I was like, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp would crush this. And I know him because our kids go to school together. I've known him 10 years, wonderful guy, but we don't have the relationship where I'm like, hey, we should do a movie together. You know, I understand he's there and I'm down here. But I was like, fuck it. Shoot him a text, ask him. And I hit him with a text. I was like, hey, this is Kevin Smith, Harley's dad, because that's how they know me in that world and stuff.
Yes.
And I was like, I never thought I'd say this, but I have a movie I think you'd be perfect for, you know. And he hit me back and he was like, what? And so I sent him to this blog that I had written about how I want to turn the podcast into a movie. I said, it'd be easier to read this. If this is interesting, hit me back. And so I sent him the link, and then he didn't write back for like 15 minutes. I thought he clicked on it. He was like, walrus movie, fuck this. But then fucking I saw the bubbles come up, boop, boop, boop. And I'm like, oh my Lord, he's writing back. And he wrote back something that was crazy, dude. Like, I still, to this day, remember it. Comes up and it says, fascinating. This sounds like the sort of thing that I would care to swim around in. Consider me intrigued.
Wow.
I was like, this guy's like Lord Byron in text
Right.
form, man. Like,
That's
no
pretty-
emojis, no hieroglyphics.
Right.
Man's writing words, making sentences and stuff. So he was kind of into
a hell
it.
of a
So
text.
I said,
It
oh
is a
my
hell of a
God.
text.
It was like the text had scarves. That's how cool
I
it
got to
was.
up my text game.
I would,
You know what I'm saying? Like he is. He has excellent text game.
He's a poet laureate as far as sex are
On
concerned.
text.
In
Wow.
text form.
That's
So
annoying.
I said to the man,
Gotta get rid of my
I was like,
smiley
I'm going to send you a
faces.
script, dude. Read the script. Sent him the script. He liked the flick, and he was like, I would love to do this. And I was like, and I remember I was like riding with Ashley. Ashley's my assistant. She drives the car, rolls my joints. And it's the first day that I was
Good
driving.
assistant. That's a good assistant.
Good job.
Let me know when you let her go.
There's a long line behind her. First day with her, she's in the car. I get this text back from him going, I read the script. I love this. Like, thanks for considering me. I really want to do this. And my heart stopped. I was like, I'm driving with this girl I barely know. It's her first day on the job. All I know is she's a 25-year-old lesbian. Adorable as hell, bright and sunny and stuff. But, like, that's all I know about
That's
Ashley.
all I need to
Just
know.
met her. So I'm going like, Ash, I read this text. My heart stops. And I raise my hand. I'm like, Ashley, hold my hand. And she goes, you know I'm gay, right? And I was like, yeah, totally. This has nothing to do with that. Hold my hand. And she takes my hand. I was like, if I read this text correctly, I think Johnny Depp is going to be in Tusk. And she goes, that stupid fucking walrus movie? And I was like, yes. So he wound up being, I talked to him and I was like, hey man, this is amazing. Thank you for doing it. He goes, when are you shooting? I said in about 2-3 weeks. He goes, oh, I can't do it. I'm going to be in England. And I was like, oh. I said, well, wait, what if I could break out the 2 days and shoot that on the West Coast? Like when you're free, we'll shoot the whole movie without you. And then when you're free, we shoot the other 2 days. He goes, you'd be willing to do that for me?
Yes, you motherfucking Johnny Depp, you asshole.
That's what I said. I was like, dude,
So
I know
you
which
are.
way the favor goes. You're like, yeah, I'd do that for you. So he's like, if you could do that, dude, I'll totally be in the movie. So I was like, fuck, let's do it.
Right.
And we did it. And a couple months later, he called up and he was like, I'm ready to shoot this thing. And I was like, great. We'll organize the days. We organized the days in Los Angeles. And this is the cool part, man. So I show up day one working with this guy, best actor on the planet. If there's a Mount Rushmore, his fucking face is on it. Mount Rushmore of acting, there's Johnny Depp. Show up on set. PA goes, Mr. Depp wants to see you. And I'm like, Johnny's dad is here? And they're like, no, Johnny. And I was, oh, fuck. So I go over to his trailer, knock on the door. I'm nervous because last time I worked with a massive movie star, whenever I was summoned to the trailer, it was never pleasant. So I go over and I knock on the door and he goes, come in. And I go inside the trailer and he's in the trailer at the makeup chair at the mirror. And he turns around. If you haven't seen the movie Tusk, he has a prosthetic nose, got a fake nose. So he has the fake nose on, but it's not painted yet. It's just sitting there. And I'm like, holy crap, dude, you're wearing a fake nose? And he was like, what do you think? I was like, I think you could have literally phoned this in today. We could have shot a phone and you could have called and that would have been good enough. And you're committing to a fake nose. I was like, I'm flattered. He goes, no, what do you think? Doesn't it look like a dick? He was going like this back and forth. And I was like, yeah, it kind of does look like a dick. Look at it.
There we go.
He
There
goes,
he
would
is.
you mind? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, me and Joel, that's his makeup artist. He goes, me and Joel were talking about painting a blue vein down the side. And I was like, no. And he goes, wait for it. Right at the tip, we want to put a little cut. And I was like, are you saying you want to wear a dick on your face in my movie? I said, dude, if you ever wanted to wear a dick on your face in a movie, Tusk is the fucking movie to do it and do it. And so if you look at the first
I
scene,
see it
it's
now.
right there. He starts with a monologue down the barrel of
Yeah.
the camera, and then when he turns his face, you see this fucking huge cock on his face. That dude comes to play, man.
That's funny.
He's the best. Like
Wow.
he's all the fun of make pretend as
Yeah.
adults on a movie set.
Now all I see is a dick on his face.
Yeah.
Very cool. Speaking of pot, going back to sugar, are you still smoking pot and not eating sugar?
Yeah. But that's never been my, like, I can smoke and not get munchies. I broke that early on.
And
as a fat guy, I had to do that first step. But I was like, if I'm going to be a wake and baker and stuff, I got to be able to not eat when I smoke.
Yeah.
So I do that. That's kind of like meal replacement as well. Like, I'd rather have a smoking lunch than an eating lunch.
Me too.
I was just handed a sheet with some tweets, and here it is. How did Kevin Smith cope with smoking weed and dieting? Yeah, that sounds like a tough
that's
one.
never been.
Weed is not the enemy of dieting.
No, nor is
It
it
gives you the
like
munchies,
don't buy
though,
into the
doesn't it?
stereotype.
But you
It
can
doesn't
eat
give you the munchies.
lettuce. You can eat fucking celery if you got the munchies like that. It don't matter what you put in your mouth.
But
if
also,
you munching it out
when
like
you
that.
think about it, if you're a committed stoner, once you start eating, which is some people assume is the byproduct of smoking weed, gives you the munchies. I don't necessarily believe that. Once you start eating, you're cutting your high down because your blood sugar level's changing, and there goes your high. So for me, I'd rather just smoke and stay stoned without adding food to it.
Gotcha.
And stuff. Like, what's better than weed? Like, everyone's like, let's add booze and cigarettes and food. No, fucking weed's perfect.
Potato chips.
Yeah.
Great.
When you do the comic book stuff and all the superhero stuff, and like I wasn't into that as a kid, but we used to read, and are they still popular now? We used to read Zap comic books when we were young.
Underground comics, they used to call them.
Was that is that a big thing now still, or is it?
Underground comics kind of became, to a lesser degree or to a bigger degree, indie comics. So they grew up into a whole field of comic books that are not superhero-oriented books. So they still kind of exist. Zap doesn't exist as it did in the original form, but comic books that aren't dudes in tights or women in tights beating the crap out of each other are insanely popular as well.
And if you had old ones, they got to be worth fucking.
Sometimes, it's like the Zap stuff is it's like my stuff. Some people absolutely love it, and the people that absolutely love it will pay through the nose for it. Other people, they don't care at all.
We only have a few more minutes with Kevin Smith, unfortunately. Two things. I just got another tweet from Hins33. He writes, "Holy shit, there's no way this pic is from today," because we put a picture of you up on our Twitter account.
Yeah.
They think it's an old picture. That's how great you look.
That's from today. You know what I did? When I lost all the weight, there's a little charity that we run called the Wayne Foundation. It's this woman, Jamie. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Like for a Batman Wayne Foundation?
Yeah,
That's
a little
amazing.
bit. And
Oh, the
also a bit
jorts,
for
right?
Wayne Gretzky. So yeah, we're doing this thing where Jamie Walton runs this charity where it's for people that get away from sexual trafficking. And let's be honest, it's for women that get away from sexual trafficking. We can take everybody, but generally speaking, sadly, tends to be more women than anything. They're talking about girls who've been forced into prostitution and shit. When they get out of it, they got no place to go. It's tough to renormalize and stuff. So she built this halfway house in Florida where they could go and drop in and hang out and kind of rebuild their life.
That's amazing.
Really, really sweet. So in order to raise money for it, all I wear are jean shorts, right? After I lost the weight, I had enough denim to reupholster Canada, like all of it. Every couch in Canada, every human in Canada. So we've got all these jorts, and so I said, you know what, man, let's do it for charity. Like, I'll sign them all, write what each pair was. Like, one of the pairs is the one that I wore in Cannes for Clerks 2, so they were on the red carpet and shit like that. One pair was like, did not get laid in these and stuff like that. So each pair is separate and personalized.
One pair did not get laid in these. Only one pair.
All right, let's be honest.
Okay.
Every pair could have had that written on it. But nobody would wear these. But if you're like, hey man, I need a new flag, or fuck, I would like to put these on my wall to remind me what never to become.
People just want them because they're fans of yours.
Kids can make tents out of them.
They absolutely. You could send these. You could buy. You can bid on eBay on. I forget what it is. The Kevin Smith eBay page. If you go to my Twitter account, there's a link there. You could bid on it, win it. Send it to a small nation, build huts
Nice.
for them.
right.
And they'll look up at the ceiling and be like, who never got laid here? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
E-Rock's in studio, and he was telling me 2 days ago about the Hitch bot thing.
Yes.
You need to talk about it for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Eric, get on mic real fast here.
For those that are unaware, HitchBot
I was unaware
this
until 2 days ago.
amazing experiment in Canada they did. We talked about it. I do a podcast called Smodcast with my friend Scott Mosier, and it's very Canada-centric because I love Canada. Scott was born in Canada. Well, he'll argue that, but he's dual citizen. In any event, we wind up talking about Canada quite a bit. A couple months ago, Canada did this wonderful experiment where they created this thing called a HitchBot. It's an empty paint can with some pool noodle arms and stuff. It's not truly a robot. And it had a little brain that was like an iPhone or something like that. And so they would leave it on benches on one side of the country, and they wanted to see how long it would take for it to get to the other side of Canada. And if I remember correctly, it was like a week or something like that. that, maybe 2 weeks or less. They put it on a bench. People would walk by and be like, oh, and they put it in their car. You could ask it basic questions. It would tell you, like, I'm traveling to the other side of the country, whatever the fuck.
Right.
It wasn't a robot that you could touch or interact with, limited interaction, but it's a social experiment.
Yeah.
To see, like, how long will people trust this robot? Is there a secret agenda? Canada worked flawlessly. Went from one side of the country to the other. Even went to Germany, I believe.
Really?
And came back unharmed. We would talk about on Smodcast, like, this is amazing. Like, only in Candyland, Canada, does this thing not get fucked somewhere along the way.
In America,
where somebody drills a hole in it, fucks it, breaks it, fills it full of cum, whatever the fuck. Like, there's no way this happens in America. So they did the experiment.
Let me just jump in for a second. So to completely understand, though, the people had to move it around, right? This thing wasn't moving on its own. You would be couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. It was helpless. Okay.
You would see it sitting on a bench or left by the side of the road. What the fuck is this? You go up to it. It would say some information on it, or if you asked the questions, it would tell you, I need a ride or something. You put it in your car, you drive as far as you wanted, and then you dropped it off. Along the way, you probably looked up on social media, like, what the fuck is this? And
right.
It's Hitchbot.
So you would fool around with a little bit and then go, all right, I'm done with this. And
people took pictures with it all across Canada. Lots of people taking pictures with it, him going on little adventures and car rides on boats and shit.
Canadians, they're so nice. They're nice people up there.
Yes, they were like, we trust the little robot.
Right.
They're like, this is adorable. The motherfucker comes to America.
Right.
And he goes to Massachusetts first, starts on that side of the country, and he wants to get to San Francisco. So they leave him in Massachusetts. And, they don't track him or anything. They got a geo-tracker on him, but it's not like somebody's watching from the bushes. Whole idea of the experiment is like, what's going to fucking happen here? As predicted. First thing that happened is it didn't move in Massachusetts. Most people are like, the fuck is this?
For about a week, it just sat in Massachusetts.
Sat there. Nobody would pick it up. Nobody would be like, I don't trust it.
It's like a Yankee jersey up there.
Well, Yankee jersey, they might stop and piss on. This thing they didn't even look at twice. Right. So we did another episode of Smodcast where we were like, I knew it. Nobody's picking this up. Nobody trusts it. We made some more jokes. Finally, because of that podcast, there's some cats who listen who actually went up. I saw on Twitter, they're like, we went and picked up Hitchbot. We felt bad. So we're bringing it here. So I saw there was some movement. Then the next story I saw, and it had nothing to do with the guys that picked it up, but it was like Hitchbot killed in Philadelphia. They curbed it, man. They took the little robot and somebody curbed it. The city of brotherly love.
No, they call it like Philadelphia down there. So.
Philadelphia.
They killed the shit out of it, and it made national news.
To be fair, you did predict this because when it was sitting in Massachusetts, and even Kevin said, it goes, look, it took only like 26 days to get across Canada. And he goes, we're at a week and it hasn't moved 200 feet. And he said, this is probably what's going to happen. And he was saying about being stripped down for parts, sexually violated, all of this stuff. And he's like, it's barely going to leave the East Coast. And it's exactly what happened the next week.
They got as far as Philly, man. And somebody was like, fuck this, and destroyed the dream of Hitchbot.
Is that it right there in the street?
That's the destroyed piece. Now, there's a story behind it that's going to be on this podcast that I don't do by a guy named Scott called That Man on Fat Man. He does a podcast about me, and Scott found he found a guy who found the remains of Hitchbot, and I spoke to them briefly before I went on stage in Brooklyn because they were like, we want to show you, and they brought out Hitchbot, and there's a picture on Instagram yesterday I put up of me and the headless Hitchbot.
Did you blacklight it? You should have blacklighted it.
Yeah. I didn't. All right, let's see how much is all over it. Shit. Looks like a fucking Pollock painting. But it was cool. I got to actually take a picture with it. But what I heard from, and this really bummed me out, nobody knows this part. What I heard from the gentleman who found Hitchbot, he was in touch with the Canadian creators at Ryerson University up there. They came up with the idea of the Hitchbot and put it together. He was like, I'm going to bring it to Kevin Smith. He's going on stage in Brooklyn. He wants to bring it on stage to talk about it. And he said that they got back in touch with him immediately, and they were like, do not bring it to that man. And he was like, why? He's a big fan. He goes, he wants to do things with this robot. Like, the dude had no sense of humor. Listened to this podcast and thought we were like, we want to fuck the robot. And I was the Hitchbot's biggest proponent, man. But I was warning it. This country is America, man. Like, they're going to look at this thing like, I don't know, it's got a camera in it. Well, you want to watch me fuck Hitchbot and they're just going to beat it up.
You gave so much detail about it being violated that I thought this was going to be your next movie.
I was close. And now I'm sitting there going like, well, what better way to end the movie than Hitchbot gets destroyed?
But then he's doing the voice of Hitchbot being violated, like when it's like, "Why are you so cruel?
Why? Please stop this.
Are
No.
you so cruel?"
I think our poster for the movie was like, was fucked and killed. Hitchbot in America.
Jordan in Philly saying Hitchbot was just a prank. Apparently, it was never destroyed.
No, I met Hitchbot.
Let me get.
There's a hoax video that went out of people destroying Hitchbot, and the people that made the hoax video said that was a hoax video. We didn't really destroy Hitchbot, but I met Hitchbot.
Okay.
His head's missing.
Okay.
Somebody fucked him up.
Jordan, he's saying you're wrong.
Not wrong, but there's strings of information that are crossing and not connecting.
All right, there you go.
Where was his head? I never saw the head in a.
Oh, show him find a picture
where
of
the head
him with
is
the head
still
on.
on.
All you see is the body, man. Gotta show him Hitchbot in life, for heaven's sakes, not his death.
Oh,
there
that's
it is.
him. Oh, little
Look at
fella.
that face, dude. He had a little smiley
You
face.
hurt that little face.
Someone in Philly was like, "Stop fucking smiling at me,"
Looks
and
like
curved him.
Looks like the episode where Homer tried to build his own robot.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wouldn't have destroyed it, but I would definitely made it a drug mule.
There is
Good luck with your trip, little fella.
what an easy way to get some fucking smack across
Imagine
the
it's
country.
carrying a kilo and you're the dope that has it when the cops come rolling in.
Here comes the fuzz.
There it is, dude. Hitchbot's traveled across Canada, Germany, and the Netherlands. 3 countries. Came to America, welcome to Earth. They shut it down.
Nice.
Yeah, in America it was Massachusetts to Philly. That was it.
I'm proud of that fact.
Too funny. Do you have to go at 8?
I
what they're
do. I have to
saying.
go down to Comic Book Men.
Anybody
right.
want some turkey bacon?
We had Brian in here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
He was so appreciative, man.
Appreciative. He gave us great radio. He
Dude's
was awesome.
content
He was
generator,
great.
isn't he?
Amazing.
He's been one of my heroes forever. When I talked about before, like person who knows who the fuck he is,
Yeah.
that dude has always known who he is.
Right.
That's one of the things I've always found insanely attractive about him is like makes no apologies. These are the things I like. My sense of humor came directly from him. Like
Right.
all the hypothetical shit we do on the podcast, like imagine if and all that imaginary shit. Came from him. We would just sit around for hours and be like, whose dick would you suck for this much money? All throughout our youth. And like, and you really had to fucking think about it and give an honest answer, not just like, I wouldn't suck any dick.
Right.
Like, no, play the game. You know? So that guy, he's responsible for like a lot of the things that I
wrong
find
with
funny
white
in
dudes?
life. I'm so happy that he was actually on here.
Oh, he has one story after another. We're gonna have him
He
back
did.
soon. Yeah. All right. We got to
well-
get Kevin out of here, unfortunately.
Thanks for having me.
It's been way
Sorry
too
for
long.
interrupting for
Way
a while.
too long.
I will be back. I come back in the week September 8th to shoot more Comic Book Men, so I'll
Please
totally
come
come
in.
back in.
Do a longer
Awesome.
run.
It's crazy. I came here, like, you know, Wake and Baker and stuff, so I appeared in front of the building, crisp and ready to speak. And the guy who drops me off at this place that I'm like, this ain't the building. And he goes, no, it is. I was like, dude, I've been coming to this building for a decade. This
Yeah.
is not the building. And he was like, no, it is. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here until you take me to the right building. The guy's like, this is the building. He go in and ask. So I went inside and I was like, this guy's telling me this is a Sirius XM. They're like, no, it is.
Yeah.
I said, what the fuck happened? Everything is different.
They
Like,
switched the
it's-
lobby.
It's on the other side of the building now.
And
used to
then I
come
was
in on
sitting
the
there
other
going
side.
like, I smoked way too much. Like, I don't know where the fuck I am. I almost walked into Fox, man. It was nuts.
Saturday night, are you in Ridgefield, Connecticut? Because myself, my wife Bonnie, and Florentine will be at the Ridgefield Playhouse Saturday night performing 3 headliner show.
I want to
I'm just
go.
saying, if you're
Write
in
it down.
I want to
Paul.
go.
Boss.
I'm going to be in Louisville, Kentucky doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. But if I wasn't there, I would be where?
at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield Saturday night.
It's gonna be a
Watching
good
what?
show.
Me, Florentine, and Bonnie McFarlane.
You know what? Send Hitchbot to a show. Maybe Hitchbot would like to see it.
Then we'll hit bonus.
I like his cheating joke. Thanks for having me,
Oh,
folks.
Kevin, thank you.
Excellent seeing you again.
Nothing else
Good job.
to promote? You're good.
Yeah, I had nothing to
No, I
promote,
know you
but,
didn't.
but the George thing is like,
That's
you know,
a good thing. So
yeah,
go
it's
to
kinda
that
for
Kevin
charity.
Smith on Twitter. There's a link where you can get involved with that. Okay.
But honestly, the best part of this job, other than sitting around talking to good, funny, smart fucking people and whatnot, this was never a waste of time. This is fucking good use of time. I learned something about that Batman trailer that was baffling me. I was really like, why are they showing him pulling a fucking truck tire?
That's
like,
the barbell. That's the new
move. That's
barbell.
strong. That's
Yeah.
the new barbell.
That's
Fuck.
the new workout.
Yeah.
Now my finger's on the pulse.
All right. All right. We're
I'll
gonna
see you
take a
guys
quick
later.
break. Kevin Smith, everyone.
Good job, man.
More with Opie and Jim after this. There's more to the Opie and Jim Norton Show than what you hear. Follow the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Opie and Jimmy. Whoa! We'll keep you up to date on all things in the Opie and Jim Norton universe.
Watch out.
That's at Opie and Jimmy on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
It's all about hashtags and squeezing your thoughts into 140 characters.
Making your social media as wonderful an experience as your listening one. You want to check the grammar on that? I think we have a dangling participle.
What's that about?
Football is back.
About time.
Join SiriusXM NFL Radio for the 2015 Training Camp Tour. All 32 teams. We preview the season with every coach and your favorite players.
Give to Alfred, running left, looking for room through a hole. Breaks the tackle at the 10 of the 5, into the end zone!
It all continues today, live from Falcons Camp at 12 p.m. Eastern and Redskins Camp at 3 p.m. Only on SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Did you know that the average cost for a family of 4 to attend a professional baseball game is over $200? At the same time, over 40% of all sports, concert, and theater tickets go unsold. So how come we're all paying so much when so many seats go empty? I'm Adam Canner, founder of ScoreBig.com. We found a way to work directly with teams and venues to get their unsold seats and pass the huge savings on to you. On ScoreBig.com, we guarantee you'll save on great sports, concert, and theater tickets. And we're not talking about last-minute nosebleed seats to events you don't want to see, but millions of great seats for the best events, days, weeks, even months in advance. On ScoreBig.com, when you successfully name a ticket price, on average, you'll save over 33% below box office price each time you buy, with no added fees or shipping charges ever. There are lots of places to buy tickets, but if you really want to save, then check out ScoreBig.com.
And now save even more at ScoreBig.com. Click on the radio mic and enter code 4141, and we'll take an additional $20 off your ticket purchase. That's ScoreBig.com, promo code 4141.
FamousSmoke.com would like to apologize. Not long ago, our Twitter feed lit up because our radio commercials, well, suck. In hindsight, it's true, and we feel bad that we made you endure Vinny V.
This coupon thing is wowie zowie.
Suffered our shameless holiday pandering.
You're succarler than leprechaun at FamousSmoke.com.
And are downright remorseful that we put it to music.
First you take your cigar.
Problem is, we're too busy slashing prices on the biggest selection of cigars from Acid, Cohiba, Romeo, Padron, and hundreds more brands to make good commercials. But we know we can do better. And here's proof. Go to FamousSmoke.com and click the Activate button. One click will give you 10% cash back on your purchase of $75 or more. That's FamousSmoke.com and click Activate. And let's agree, no more commercials that suck. Just the top-notch premium cigars you love at discount prices and 10% cash back on your order when you click Activate at FamousSmoke.com.
I'm Steve Sidkowski, a former Wall Street insider. I'm holding a book that will show you investing strategies which could help you earn the kind of money you've always dreamed about. And right now, I'm giving this book away for free. So who needs to read it? If you're in the middle of your career and worry you'll never have enough money to retire, you need to read this book. If you're already retired and your income isn't enough, you need to read this book. And if you don't want to be selling burgers at 80, you need to read this free book. It includes the strategy I use to make a 72% profit on a trade where the stock only moved 12%. You'll need at least $1 million to ever fully retire. If you're behind on that goal, you really need to read Trade Like the Pros. And you can for free by calling 1-800-941-9575. Skeptical that it will deliver results? It's a free book, so what do you have to lose? Find out how at 1-800-941-9575. 1-800-941-9575.
Be honest. Will owning a bigger TV help you get ahead in life? Will another pair of shoes make you a better person? Probably not. But what if you could speak another language? If that appeals to you, Rosetta Stone is letting everyone who calls try an absolutely free demo of its powerful language learning software. Do you want more stuff or a language that will last a lifetime? For your free Rosetta Stone demo, call 1-800-918-8737. 1-800-918-8737. 1-800-918-8737.
Sirius 206, XM 103.
It's almost here. The time of the year that makes kids cry and moms squeal with delight.
All week on Sirius XM Stars, we're talking back to school. From shopping for supplies to expert advice and support from our parenting experts, Sirius XM Stars will help you get the kids back into the classroom
so you can get back to your social life.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready for back to school all this week on Sirius XM Stars 109 or stream through the new and improved Sirius XM app.
Is there going to be a quiz later?
In 1986, John Christner started John Christner Trucking with a truck and a dream to build a future for his family. Today, John and his two sons operate JCT based on those same core values and vision. John likes to say he's making a small living for a large family. We're committed to helping you achieve your dreams for your family. We offer the best lease purchase in the trucking industry with a variable payment plan, 90 cents per mile, and fuel surcharge on all dispatched miles. No down payment or credit check. 2012 and newer tractors, paid base plates, tolls, fuel tax, permits and scales, and more.
This is John Christner. Starting and running your own business isn't easy, but with hard work, you can achieve the independence you desire. I'm proud of the men and women who call JCT home, and the services they provide our valued customers. Join us and let the JCT family help you achieve your dream of starting your own business.
Call JCT today at 866-782-5412. That's 866-782-5412. Or visit johnkristner.com.
When I listen to Audible, I'm not driving my daughters to rhythmic gymnastics practice. I'm trekking through Esplanar on a quest for the crystal sheath. The dark forest envelops me, and I smell the sulphurous discharges wafting off the flame pits of Lothana. Yes, I am close! The end is nigh!
Dad, the light's green!
Daddy sees it, sweetheart.
Audible, stories that surround you. More than 180,000 audio titles, and your first download is free at audible.com/Sirius.
This is a life-changing message for anyone with sleep apnea who is on the go and tired of dragging around a big, bulky home CPAP device. MiniCPAP.com now offers a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. For even more freedom, you can add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. It's called the Transcend Mini CPAP, and right now you can try it risk-free for 21 days by calling 1-800-939-1310. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is so small and so light you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. Enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere. Call minicpap.com now for your 21-day in-home trial. 1-800-939-1310. That's 1-800-939-1310.
Are you stuck in a makeup rut? Not really in love with your current makeup, but not sure what else to try? Then you're in luck, because Bare Minerals is now letting women all across America do an at-home comparison. Call now and we'll send you a full-size, risk-free trial of Bare Minerals makeup to compare against whatever makeup you have at home. Plus, we'll send you a free 5-piece makeup set as a gift. To participate, call now. 1-800-961-5396. Hurry, don't miss this. Bare Minerals Foundation brings out your natural beauty, giving you a flawless complexion with a no-makeup look and feel. And it's clinically proven to promote clearer, healthier-looking skin. So if you're stuck in a makeup rut, this is your chance to get out. Call now for your risk-free trial, and you'll also get a free 5-piece makeup set, our gift to you. Hurry, don't miss this exclusive radio-only comparison offer. Call now for details. 1-800-961-5396. 1-800-961-5396.
This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
Wow, we are back with Rich Voss in studio. Bert Kreischer has entered the studio. And Sherrod Small, who's been doing radio with me the last couple of days.
I ain't going nowhere.
I know you're not.
They better get used to it.
Why should you? There's fucking electricity heat in this motherfucker, right?
I got a better place than that.
That's what I'm saying. Free breakfast? You get free breakfast?
You seem to be the only one eating.
Huh?
Where's my free breakfast? I got water.
Huh? Because Sylvia's isn't open yet.
Sylvia's.
Oh, wow.
Stunk.
No, it didn't. I kind of liked it this early in the morning.
I would have hit you in the face with a ribeye.
I love Voss's eyes when he does a slam because it's very open and right, Sylvia?
His eyes is his rim shot.
It's my tell.
You don't blink.
Wait, huh?
You don't blink when you're delivering a slam.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Bert Kreischer, I want to intro him properly. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. No,
is that okay?
I usually come in with plugs when you come in from break, I think.
I know. Relax. You got your plugs in.
I didn't get any in.
You did.
I got one in.
It was a strong one, though, because then Kevin stopped everything and allowed you to do it again.
Okay.
We all heard it.
I didn't say anything about
it's you, Bonnie,
in a
and
couple weeks.
All right. We'll get to that in a second.
All right, it's your show.
Is it? When you're here, I don't know if it is.
Who knows?
Who knows? Bert just flew in.
Oh, yeah.
From obscurity.
I was sitting next to Rich.
I haven't seen him in years.
Really?
We used to work all the time in Boston. I haven't seen him. It's been...
One of my favorite stories, there was this girl that we used to work at the club. I'm not going to say her name, but one night we get all fucked up, and I think we did coke. And
not me.
No, me and her. And I was like, hey, we're going to fuck. She had a boyfriend. You know this girl, too. Don't say her name.
I won't.
And she had a boyfriend. And so we go back to my room, and she goes, well, I can't fuck you, but what we can do is we can get across. We can sit across from each other naked and masturbate.
Yeah, I know the girl.
Yeah, I know her. So we do it. It's amazing. It was amazing.
Well, those things I could reach her from across the room. Black don't rub off.
Wait. I'm not going to say a fucking thing. Boss, this is my favorite boss story.
Yeah.
So we do it, and she goes, listen, you cannot tell anyone at the club this happened. I said, I won't say a word. And she goes, promise? I go, yeah. She goes, because I fucking don't want to deal with that. So I go, okay. So I go out. I work the door. I stand on the street. And I'm standing, boss comes walking down the street. And first thing he says, heard you jacked off in front of Tammy last night. Oh, I fucking said her name.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Oh, I have the best. I wish I hadn't said her name. I could have told you a better story.
I didn't know anybody named that at the club.
Yeah, I didn't know. I might have made that name up.
That might have been the wrong name.
It is the wrong name.
That's the wrong name.
No one that ever worked.
Wait 10 minutes, they'll forget, and then tell the other story.
Yeah. I'll tell the other story in
about 10 minutes.
That's fucking great.
Where'd you fly in from? Overseas?
Palm Springs.
Oh, it's Palm Springs.
Yeah, I misjudged my drinking. I started drinking at like 1 in the afternoon in Palm Springs. In Palm Springs, and then drank all through the flight.
So for our time, you've been drinking and flying.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I can't get rid of my fear of flying. I genuinely can't get rid of it. I get really good, and then it's just one flight with bad turbulence, and I just go, fuck it, I need a drink.
And you fly all the time,
I fly 200,000 miles domestic.
You know, I was at one point sitting like this on the plane, like fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
Just the takeoff, not the land. It's once you get to takeoff.
I don't mind land. No, you know what mine is? Is fucking hanging in the air. Just hanging in the air for 5 hours. Hanging there. Just fucking, you can drop at any fucking second, and that's it. It's over. Fucking over. And I watch these people reading a goddamn book. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't know that our lives are in the fucking lurch? We're hanging in the fucking air. And that's what makes me drink.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I told them.
Don't you look at the stewardesses and all that, and if they're not freaking out, you know.
I don't freak. That's how I do it.
That's how I do it. Yes. If it's a bump or turbulence, I look right at them. And if they're still looking at their Us magazine, I'm good.
Nothing.
Yep. I'm good.
Yes.
And in Saving Private Ryan, there were guys that are on that U-boat that were just sitting smoking a cigarette. No, what are we doing? I guess we're going in the boat. Because they're not creative spirits like us, and we have artistic souls, and we know the fragility of life. That fucking accidents happen, and you die.
Yeah.
And that. Go ahead.
I'm going to save your life.
Oh, boy. Fucking, let's go to a meeting.
Well, that's one. You need a 24-step program. So, and I said this, I think, on Opie's show before. If you bring a motorcycle helmet or a helmet on a plane and wear a helmet, most people that die, listen to me, most people that die in a crash hit their head on the seat, get knocked out, and burn to death. So if you fly with a helmet,
I love this idea.
And you fly with a fucking
put a motorcycle helmet on me.
Yes,
and 3F.
A fucking helmet.
You should have a helmet on.
I didn't say wear it. When you start crashing, you put it on.
Okay.
So when the plane falls to the bottom of the ocean, you're wide awake to really enjoy your death.
Crash.
At least if you smash your head and you're out cold.
As you're falling 20,000 feet, thank God I got a fucking helmet on.
Okay. They did a study.
Drink rich. I'm already drinking to the point where I'm not getting cut off. Now I got a fucking motorcycle.
Yes. No, it doesn't have to be a motorcycle. You can bring a little bike helmet. That'll help.
Fuck you and your motorcycle helmet.
How do you?
Huh?
Where do you keep it? On your lap?
I'm supposed to put a fucking motorcycle
Listen, I get an extra blanket.
The fucking mask. Can I get a soda?
I keep the blanket. You know the blanket, and I'll wrap that around and wrap it around my head just in case, because I don't have a helmet.
You're like a Muslim?
Yeah,
that shouldn't freak anybody out on the plane.
When the plane crashes, you hit your head, you get knocked out, and you burn to death. If you don't get knocked out, you get off the plane before it starts
we were
on fire.
told years ago that the seatbelt is just so they could, get your body back for your family. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
Jesus
it.
Christ.
So you want to be mushed all together.
It's pretty much in the seat and like, yeah, this is him.
I got to tell you though, motorcycle helmets are underrated. Like, I wish you could rent them in bars where you could just put a motorcycle helmet on and talk to your friend from across the bar, like in a little speaker.
Right on.
Me and Cowhead did it one time in Ireland. We had motorcycle helmets on.
Yeah.
And because we were doing radio, and that's the way we did radio. And it was so much fun talking shit about people in a motorcycle helmet. No one could fucking hear you.
That's good. Let's do that.
I would do that. They rented motorcycle helmets so you could talk to other people in different rows. I'd do that in a heartbeat.
So now take your idea, but bring it to the bars. And now you got a business for yourself.
I mean, that's good too in the bars, because if you look at someone wrong and they go to crack you in the head, you got a motorcycle helmet. That's all I'm saying. For the rest of the day.
Have you ever ridden a motorcycle, Rich?
No, I want to learn, but I'm too old.
No, you're never too old. And it's
I'm
very
too old.
It's
so
very
fun.
Zen Buddhist.
Nope.
It really
never.
Oh, it really.
Nope.
I never flew a plane before, but I would figure that it has to feel something like that.
I would
Motorcycle
rather
is
try
free.
to fly a plane than
What's
get
that?
on a motorcycle.
Because what I heard is you're gonna fucking wipe out at least once.
Oh,
They said,
more than once.
Right?
There's two people.
More than
People
once.
who've laid down a bike and people who haven't laid down a bike yet.
You're saying
That's it. Everyone's going to lay down a bike at one point.
We broadcasted from the X Games in LA, and that convinced me never to do it. Those motocross guys were telling. I'm like, well, do you ride a motorcycle? And they're like, we're not fucking crazy. No fucking way. They don't ride them on the highway, and they're the guys doing the flips and everything else.
I'm not saying
the X
your
Games.
main mode of transportation. What I'm saying is get one
and make sure no one else is on the road.
And free your spirit once.
Yeah, you can do it
Listen
off-road.
to some music, go on an open road, and just feel that fucking thunder under your ass.
It's fucking great feeling, man.
It's
like
really
shooting
is.
a gun.
I don't do it a lot. I don't do it a lot, but when I do it, I can't go faster than 80. I've gone up
That's
to
pretty fucking fast.
You know how I free my spirit? On my stomach. It lands on my stomach. That's how I free it. It just fucking flies out, and I'm done. Okay, that one didn't work. What I'm saying is...
I wouldn't have the sin in it. Just sit right there and enjoy it.
It's a numbers game.
You hit, you miss.
When did you learn how to ride a bike? How old were you?
I just learned like 3 years ago.
No.
Yeah,
Do you
3
ride a
years ago.
Harley? Will you ride a Harley, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I took my daughters. I had a Fat Boy Low, and it was a beast of a bike. And I got it for a couple days. Travel Channel got it for me to practice. Yeah. And I put my daughters on the back. Probably irresponsible, but just down the street and just gave them a little torque, just a where they felt it. And man, I'd never felt like my kids needed me before, like really needed me. And they grabbed onto my stomach like, Daddy, like I was a fucking Viking. And I came back with a fucking bunch of scalps, like, and it was awesome. And then I did it to my wife. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Gonna kill us?" And then what? But
how long did it take you to learn how to ride?
2 days.
No.
Dude, you take a class, 2 days.
There's a thing on the clutch, right?
Super easy, Rich.
Yeah,
Can't they do that? Don't they have one without a clutch? Where you just do it
they
on
don't have
the hand?
automatics.
No automatic motorcycles?
No, there's no automatic motorcycles.
Why? Why?
They're called Vespas.
I want to get an automatic. I want to get a 3-wheeler maybe and stop acting gay. I want to get those 3-wheelers.
I forget the name of it.
No, a Harley 3-wheeler.
Oh, the Harley 3-wheeler?
Like a trike.
Yeah. Can you?
The trikes,
I wonder if you'll be respected by the bikers if you.
You got to be overweight to have one of those.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's like the big.
And have an overweight wife on there with you. You got to have an overweight wife on there with you.
You and Bonnie need to get matching like cafe racers. That's you guys.
No, we'd have to get Harleys. I'd get Sportsters.
You can get a bike that
What's
feels
a cafe
like a
racer?
Oh, it's a cool.
Wait,
It's
let's
like,
look at this.
Look at that right there.
Let me
That's nice.
see.
Those are
Those the race burners?
they're like they're like a British type in cafe racers. You were talking about the 3-wheelers with 2 up front and 1 in the back.
Yeah.
No, 2 in the back.
Yeah,
and
2 in the
one
back. He's talking about
2 in the back.
the old like
2 in the back.
Yeah.
You got to go 2 in the front at least, right?
No, that's not. Yeah, but that's the new thing. I'm talking about. You know,
the
you
dope
used to
shit.
see those.
It's
you know,
way cooler with the 2 in the front, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, those are weird. I drove with the guy on. A guy rode me around on one.
You don't like it?
It's just weird. You feel like it's gonna flip all the time.
It doesn't seem balanced.
It doesn't seem
That one
balanced,
looks
in my
nice.
opinion.
I wouldn't wear a helmet there.
You wouldn't wear a helmet on a motorcycle, but you would for a flight?
He is ass backward.
I didn't catch that.
You don't
It's
think
just
you
the
would get
best.
respect pulling
Will
up
you
in
sit
that?
back down?
I think
I don't have pictures.
there's there's parts of the country you
Because I
get
don't have
respect in.
pictures.
You don't think you would
Cookie.
get respect pulling up at that at like say like Sturgis or wherever?
No, that's where the
they'll clown
hardcore
you.
guys are.
They'll clown you in Sturgis food.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How about
Yes.
Myrtle
Little bit.
Beach, Spike?
No, they'll love you in Myrtle Beach.
Sturgis
Bike
is
week. I
like
mean, bike
Sturgis
week.
is like bike
Oh, bike
porn.
week.
You been?
Yeah, I went to Sturgis.
How cool is that?
Not as many hot chicks as you
I
think.
believe I knew
There's
that.
a
I know
lot of fucking threes. Like
I believe that.
threes that were only sixes in the 80s. You know, like. But if you're into motorcycles, it's fucking
And what about the
fascinating.
drugs? How's the drugs up there?
What was it? It's a boot. I don't know. I didn't do any drugs. I was shooting.
So it's threes and no drugs, nigga?
Threes and no drugs.
It's awful week.
My tattoo artist, every year he has this big outdoor festival. He has acres and acres. He has, food set up. He has bands, and he has a hot rod club and motorcycles. So he said, look, you want to host it? So I go, yeah, I'll host you. Give me $1,000 worth of work, tattoo work. So I get there. I go up 30 seconds, and I introduce myself. Nothing. And then I looked around, and I said to him, I go, look, this isn't really going to work because there was at least 100 Hells Angels there, right? And if you're on stage and you say something to offend someone's wife or kid or whatever, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Or some prospect that wants to prove himself. Hey, I beat up the comic.
Stab.
So,
They're probably gonna stab
I
you.
stabbed the comic. So I said, you know what? I got to bail. I've never seen so many bikers in one place at one time. And like if it was in a comedy club, if you went to a comedy club and there was all bikers, you'd do a show and you'd kill.
Right, because it's a different circumstance,
Yeah.
right?
Not outdoors.
Right,
No fucking way. I got the fuck out.
Do you ever work that club in Wisconsin that was run by the?
Yeah, by Jay, whatever.
Yeah.
Years ago.
He was he was
a biker.
He was in the Outlaws.
Oh,
he was a really intense guy, and we did the Jameson comedy tour. Me, Billy Gardell, Steve Byrne, and Danny Bevins. And he goes, I used to close the shows because I take my shirt off and go crazy. And first thing he says is, "This guy isn't fucking closing the show." It was all bikers there. He goes, "Billy Gardell closes the show." So it was like, what kind of fucks up the mojo? So we're like, all right, we'll do it that way. And he hated me the whole fucking week. So we're talking in the back, and I said, and this is what's wrong with my personality. I go, I heard you're in a motorcycle gang. And he's like, excuse me? I go, you in a motorcycle gang? And he's like, who said that? And I said, I heard you were in the Outlaws. And he goes, and which is, you're not supposed to say.
Yeah.
And he goes, why are you asking me this? I said, my dad represented the Outlaws when I was a kid. And he goes, what? I said, this guy named Slowpoke. Do you remember a guy named Slowpoke? And he goes, oh my God, you're Al Kreischer's kid. I go, yeah. And he goes, shut the fuck up.
Wow.
And he goes, you were the little kid, motherfucker. And so he starts bringing everyone, and he goes, do you remember Slowpoke Lefty and fucking Thunderdick or whatever his name is? And fucking starts, and they're like, yeah. And this in Jacksonville was going on. Yeah. And I was like, because my dad represented the Outlaws, and I remember they'd all come in, all these bikers in my dad's office, and I just look at them and fucking be like, holy shit. And he knew all those dudes. He's like, get the fuck out. And all of a sudden he liked me. And then I made a bet with the waitstaff that night that I could make them $100 worth of tips each. And if I could, then they'd all have to get naked on stage. And if I couldn't, I'd get naked on stage at the end of the night. And they didn't do it.
They didn't do it.
Did he let you close the last show?
No. And he made me get up there naked. And he's like, a bet's a fucking bet. Take your fucking clothes off. Yeah. So I took my clothes off, and they all took pictures.
What'd your dad do for these guys?
I don't know. Just represented them.
He was a lawyer.
Yeah, he was a lawyer. My dad was a lawyer.
Oh, so when they had their problems.
Yeah.
By the way, there is automatic motorcycles according to Rob in Canada.
Harleys, really?
I don't know.
No,
Let's see real fast. Rob, go ahead.
I actually.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 companies now making automatic motorcycles.
I actually saw one with the thing in the middle that said drive. And
really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was on like 3 clicks, but yeah.
Okay.
But that was in Europe, I think I was. That was in Europe.
The Honda has a shifter on the handle grip, so you don't have a clutch or anything. Aprilia doesn't have any gears, but it has a centrifugal clutch on it, and they'll go all the way up to 1500 cc bike.
Nice. Does Harley make one without that are automatic?
No.
Don't.
I can show you the bike you need.
No.
Wait till you get into Googling motorcycles. If you're interested, it's like Googling bull mastiffs. Like I used to be obsessed with Googling bull mastiffs.
Well, I've been I've been Googling RVs because I want a little RV so bad.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I stare at them all night because I just want to leave my family behind and get in like a smaller one.
They have the same dreams, though, Rich. I saw Raina pricing one.
He's getting emails from Bonnie. Check this one out.
That's perfect for you. What's a road in your RV and do your
I
comedy?
would love it.
Yeah.
That's what you guys
That's what
do
you
that.
should be filming.
Huh?
Why don't you
That
guys
would be
do that?
fucking dope.
Yeah,
I've
man.
bitched it to my wife 100 times. Let's for the summer. We'll take the girls for 3 months. We'll hit the road, go from drive across the road. But you and Bonnie could do it, and it would be good for both of you.
Yeah, but see, Bonnie, like I said, let's go camping once. And she said, I grew up on a farm with no running water, and we used to go to the bathroom, and I don't want to go in the fucking woods and go camp. She's not that kind of adventurous type. She's more of a creator, writer, you know what I mean?
I gotta ask. In the movie Women Are Funny,
Yes.
when she's dressed as a dude and you're consoling her on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Was that scripted?
No, not at all.
That's the funniest
Oh, that's a
fucking
great scene.
where
I
you're
gotta see that
kissing
scene.
her. I was fucking pissing myself. This is such a great scene, and she's really crying.
She was really crying?
She's crying.
As she's dressed as a man.
Yeah.
Really?
And Rich is consoling her, and then he's hugging her and starts kissing her.
It's such a great fucking scene.
Well, and he completely forgets, she's dressed like a man.
And people are walking by looking at him. The best is she's crying. He's kissing a guy who's crying.
In Times Square.
No, it was outside of
what club was
stand-up
that?
New York
Yeah.
sitting on the steps next door.
See, now you sold the movie properly instead of some
so
dumb plug.
fucking
Now
good.
people are going to go see it.
It was so fucking
and then
funny.
when we walked into the hotel room, I go, keep the beard on.
People want to talk motorcycle safety. Really?
Let's do it. I fucking love talking about motorcycles.
All right, let's go to Dan in Jersey. Dan, go ahead.
That's too
How
funny.
you doing?
Hey, buddy.
So I've been riding since 2002. I haven't ridden in a couple years. I got a wife and kids now, but just as I'm thinking about getting my bike, getting some new tires on it, one of my very good friends who lives in town, been riding his whole life, works for Harley Davidson, got in an accident last week, got hit by a car, been in a coma for the past week.
Shit.
Yeah, well, let's
his helmet saved his life.
Is his bike up for sale? What are we talking?
That thing's got to look like an accordion now.
That's why, like, the Long Island Expressway, I see all those motorcycle guys, and I'm like, they're crazy.
And they flying.
No, and they know what they're fucking doing. It's the cars.
Yeah.
That just come right into their lanes. I've seen so many near misses just on the Long Island Expressway alone.
Yeah, but also motorcycle riders during traffic will ride in and out of
Yeah, but
cars
they're going
too.
15 miles an hour. What's going to happen?
No, not
This
traffic.
guy's got, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
This guy's got 2 kids, a wife. He's a safe rider. Took the back road to go to work, and boom. And real quick, there's a great GoFundMe to raise money for him and his family. His name is Ralph Bonin in Ringwood, New Jersey. And if anybody's got a chance to donate $1, $10, whatever, it would mean a lot.
Tweet it to me and I'll retweet it.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah,
I will. I'll tweet it to all you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy.
I'm not saying it's safe.
It's dangerous. My mother never liked it, and all my cousins, we all had fucking motorbikes at 16, 17 years old, and this is in Brooklyn.
Mini bikes, you mean, right?
Yeah, the motorbikes, they're like the regular sized bikes.
Oh, okay.
Like the 12 O'Clock
Right.
Boys. You ever see that movie?
Well, no.
12 O'Clock Boys. You talk about documentaries? Best fucking documentary out there. 12 O'Clock Boys is about a bunch of kids in Baltimore who ride dirt bikes.
Yes.
And fucking the best
Yes.
line. And they follow this one kid. I forget
Yes, it was
his
a great
name.
doc. That's right.
And he's like 10 years old, and his whole dream is to be, this is the trailer.
Yes.
Oh,
let's
this
go
is
for
so
it.
fucking
this
good.
is dope. That's right.
Let's go with it.
I was in college in Baltimore.
You the shit.
These kids are fucking amazing. You still see them down there. I went to Morgan State in Baltimore.
For a decade and a couple years. So what that makes
They're at
me,
Drew Hill Park.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Yes.
Holy fucking good.
Baltimore City Sunday. Fuck city council, fuck the police, any of that tries to stop us. This is our shit.
Yeah, they go up to Drew Hill Park too, right in Baltimore.
Now.
Yes.
Look at that. Oh, just to be black for one weekend.
This was me in my college days. This is how they used to ride around. I was in Baltimore.
I got hit. I
hit the tree and got knocked unconscious. I like the rush of it.
I don't get it.
This is what they do on their Sundays. They fucking do this and run away from police.
And everybody
all day
goes
long.
to Drew Hill Park.
They
There's
just
a
fuck
big
around.
park that everybody gather at.
Fucking fly through the roads.
Fly. No lights.
It's
fly.
fucking, and it's all tracking this one kid's journey of him wanting to be a 12 o'clock boy.
And these kids are young.
This one right here, I don't know where he came from. He just wild.
You gonna hurt yourself on them bikes. Them bikes is dangerous.
Don't matter if I fall, break my arm, anything. I'm hopping back on this bike.
You keep hanging with these dudes. Shit is real out here, and them police is not playing.
That's how we do, man. All day. Fuck the police. We live a rubber dog down here.
You can't just ride, call yourself a 12 o'clock boy, and then stop.
Damn.
This kid has this line in this movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like the one year he's about to be the one summer he's about to be a 12 o'clock boy, and he goes, "Last summer wasn't my summer. This summer, I'm gonna fuck the summer up." I've never idolized a 12-year-old boy more. I just looked at this kid. I'm gonna fuck this. I would say that nonstop to people, and no one ever got the reference.
Yeah. So, so what? You got to try to become a. What do you do to become a 12
It's like a gang
boy?
of guys. And I think that's how blacks work. They get in a gang.
What do they have to go through to finally become a 12 o'clock boy?
But
what are some of the things? I mean, you saw the film. What do they do?
Well, you've got to be able to ride like really good.
Yeah.
And you've got to be a little old enough to be able to hold on to your own bike, because that's the other part. Is that I'm not gonna fuck the documentary up, but like it's a heartbreaking moment where the kid gets his bike for the first time, and he's about to be a 12 o'clock boy, and he pulls up, and someone's like, "Hey, is that your bike?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me see it," and he fucking takes off with his bike, and you watch this kid sit there. It is the most arresting part of this entire documentary. Is this kid sit there waiting for his bike to come back, and he realizes it's been stolen, and he's like, and he's heartbroken. He's a child. He's 12 years old. He's a year older than my daughter.
Where did he get the bike from?
I fucking know.
Where did he steal it from?
Too.
His parents had probably bought it for him.
Oh man!
But it is. And it's all about these guys on the weekends. They just own the fucking roads. I've seen them do it. I was
in Baltimore while I was doing it. When I went to college down there.
So you saw it live?
Yes, they go to Drew Hill Park. That park they showed in this clip. That's a big park that everybody gathers in summertime on Sundays, and it's like all cars and hot girls and fucking these young kids,
and they
kids,
basically
all
block
motorcycles.
Cops can do nothing. They're helpless.
They even attack adults. It's like these kids are young, and they'll fly into adults' faces and fucking pop shit.
You see the
throw shit at them.
The cops just got sentenced yesterday or today. You see remember when they were following the dude on the West Side Highway? And then he ran one over, and then he smashed his window and dragged him out. One of them was a cop.
Yeah, he was undercover.
He just got sentenced to 2 years.
Yep.
He got 2
years, and another one's being sentenced today. What would you do? First of all, when he was being terrorized by all these, bikers, why didn't he just call the cops from his car?
He panicked. He got a young kid in the back. His wife is there. He just panicked.
Hit 911. Yeah, I don't know.
He probably did.
He did. He panicked.
If he's on the West Side Highway, how long does it take fucking cops to get to the West Side Highway?
A long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Did you see that documentary, Dogfight?
Dude, fucking awesome.
We had to stop in the middle of it.
Why?
I mean,
was it too rough?
It's rough.
The documentary show's going to heat up. The documentary show's going to heat up.
That's where the doc series that I started is because of Dogfight and Billy Corbin.
Yeah.
We had him on talking about the documentary.
Did you see any of it?
Of course I saw it. Obviously, you don't listen to this channel. We've done hours on this fucking topic.
What's that?
You don't listen to this channel. We've done hours on this topic.
Have you seen American
was
movie?
Amazing.
Have you seen American movie?
No.
Mother, how can you have a documentary channel and you haven't seen American movie? American movie is, if Kevin Smith was in here, he would agree wholeheartedly, is the best documentary ever fucking made.
What's it?
I've seen it.
It is the best documentary.
I haven't seen it.
What's it called?
American movie. It's about these two guys.
Oh, wait, I did see this one.
Years ago.
A few years ago.
These guys are geniuses.
Yeah.
I have to watch this.
There are these two morons who are trying to make a movie called The Coven.
Right.
But it looks like it's called The Coven, but it looks like The Coven.
Yeah.
And it's a horror film, and he's making it in Wisconsin, like with the help of his family and his best friend who clearly took too much acid in high school.
Right.
And it is so fucking funny because they're morons. But then the best line out of that one, which my wife says to me all that time, is one day he delivers papers and he's smoking cigarettes and he's like, the other day I'm cleaning shit off a toilet. Another man's shit off a toilet. I can't do that. I got that long strand DNA. And my wife, every time I fucking spiral out, my wife will go, oh, that's that long strand DNA talking.
You got to play the trailer because you're right. His chubby friend with the mustache looks like he's completely out of it. Like he took way too much acid.
Really?
It's so
and
fucking
the
good.
other kid really believes he's going to be a big, huge movie director.
He actually ended up being kind of a little bit.
Well, I mean,
really?
This became a pretty a
big
cult
film.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people saw American Movie. What's his friend? Who's just nuts.
That was wicked, man.
His whole life is making this one film.
You have 2 hours tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and be an extra in a film. You get your name on the credits, man, as a producer. And of course, there'll be a whole crowd of people here, so we got to make like a line where people can't go. Have a hell of a lot of assistant directors saying, hey, could you step back like 5 feet?
Oh, I love it.
I think my mom's going to have to end up going out in the woods.
I have my shopping to do.
Okay, you got to spread apart that way. All of the extras have just fell through, except for Mike Schenk right there.
We used to do a lot of partying together, but I don't party anymore.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves.
Does everyone have brown gloves?
Dude, I'm broke, man. I gotta get gas tomorrow. And dude's talking about making a feature film.
The name of the film is Coven.
Coven.
Coven, that's the proper pronunciation.
No, coven sounds like oven, man, and that's just, it doesn't work.
She wants to be in your film, Bill.
Oh my gosh.
You get your $3,000 back. It's the first line of the film, man. It's gotta be on the money.
It's all right.
Okay, I believe we can do this.
Shot 37 here where my head goes through the cupboard. Every time we got together, there was something that seemed to go wrong.
Oh, what? I'm sorry you tried to put your head in this. Take 30. Cut. You gotta watch your teeth too, because they clack a little bit when they loosen up in the mouth.
Oh, now I see there's a film there.
Oh no, what are you talking about, Ma? Check it out when you look at the scarecrows. Oh, you get it? Within weeks, the film will be cut, finished for multiple sales. What do you think about that?
Multiple sales to who?
We get to see Americans and American dreams, and you won't walk away depressed after seeing this. This whole thing is turning into a theatrical mockery. You understand that, Mike?
No.
Well, you will. Would you buy this movie for $14.95?
Hell yeah, man.
If I could find 3,000 people like you across this country, man, I'm in business.
Mike rules.
Mike is the.
I forgot about this movie. You just brought it up. Yeah,
Mike's the production manager, pretty much.
He got like some money from that's his like uncle or something.
It's his uncle,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, his uncle who just happens to have a tiny nest egg.
Right.
He's trying to get all his money to put into the movie, and he puts his uncle in the movie and has the first scene like they said in the trailer, and the guy can't memorize one lousy line. I think it's just one line.
The best scene in that is when Mike, they do some shooting at the outside a bar, and then they can't do it, and the guy says, "We need to pick it up," and Mike goes, "Okay." So they do it again, and it cuts to a scene of them in front of a vacant lot. And Mike goes, "I didn't know they were going to tear it down," and there's no building anymore. Oh, that's a great fucking documentary.
It's so great because the one guy believes.
Yes, that's all you need.
Really and he can't bring everyone else around to see his vision.
I got an American movie. I got to see that.
It's so fucking good.
You feel so bad for the kid because he
wants it.
He
wants it bad.
But what he wants is, this is going to sound. We'll all get this. There are certain people in this business that want to do it, that like doing stand up for the art of it, and love stand up. And then there's people that go, I can't wait till I sell out Madison Square Garden. Or they look at the different thing as opposed to the art. Yeah. They go, it's so cool. I can't wait to get a messenger bag from Comedy Central. And you're like, what? And you're like, but like that's what he's attached to. It's that reality star fame that like he's like, I can't wait. We'll have a line here, and we're gonna need someone to be telling people to get 5 feet back.
Right.
Like he's attached, and that's what you get attached to in this movie is that.
Bert Kreischer, what are you promoting, by the way?
Nothing.
Just hanging.
Oh wait, I'm doing stand up tonight.
Well, that's something.
Gotham Comedy Club.
Tonight through Saturday,
go.
Gotham
Tonight through
Comedy
Saturday.
Club, Bert Kreischer.
Fucking.
And Rich got a few things.
You got to see him. This Friday, Bridge Street Live, Collinsville, Connecticut. Saturday, Ridgefield Playhouse. Me, Florentine, and Bonnie. This Saturday. Monday, coming up, we're doing a live My Wife Hates Me podcast at the Village Underground with Artie Lang as a special therapist.
Yeah.
So it's live. Sirius is promoting. It's a big Sirius event.
Nice.
So I don't know how you get the tickets. Go through Sirius and get them. They're free, and also Governors in 2 weeks.
You got to get Artie Lang to tell you the story about what happened to him.
What's that? Was that long?
That was long as hell.
That's okay. I'm not here every fucking day. I come in once. I throw out a couple fucking plugs.
Hey,
I got up
at his age, he had that memorized. Can you believe that?
That's pretty impressive. Sherrod, what do you got going on?
I'm in the Comedy Cellar all weekend, man, and catch Race Wars every Wednesday, 9 to 11.
Yeah.
In and out.
How was last night? Good?
Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Unreal.
It'll be up on demand, I think, for the people that didn't hear it.
Yes, it will be.
All right, go check out Race Wars on demand and iTunes and everywhere else. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Stay there.
More with Opie and Jim after this.
Hello, youth of America. This is Club Soda Kenny with some professional advice. Intern for Opie Radio. You'll get to work right alongside Handsome GH, a.k.a. the Opester, and Hardbody Jim Norton. Apply now at SiriusXM.com/internships. Thank you for listening.
What is fly? Fly would definitely be Snoop D-O double G.
This is TLC, Sirius XM. Your source for hip-hop and R&B from the 90s and 2000s.
Yo, what up? This is Usher. I would describe fly as it's like this. It's all about how you feel.
Sirius XM Fly, coming to your satellite radio Thursday. Channel 47 and streaming on the new and improved Sirius XM app.
Futures and options trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors.
Fire the stockbroker and hire yourself. I'm Larry Levin, and I've been on the trading floor for 23 years. I was one of the biggest traders in the S&P pit. I'm also the president of Trading Advantage, the leading educational firm teaching people how to become professional day traders. Now, for a limited time, I'm offering one of the trading techniques I use to make $1.9 million for free. Invest in and control your own future. Get started right now by calling 800-914-5567. Leave your email address on my voicemail, and I'll email you my free trading technique and daily insider's market report at no cost to you. This is the very information I use to build my fortune.
I was getting ready to retire. I still needed to make extra income, but I didn't want to work for anyone else. Because of Larry and his excellent instructors, I could trade successfully for myself, and I'll never have to work for someone else again.
Fire the stockbroker and hire the most dependable person you know. You. Again, call in the next 90 minutes. Leave your email address on my voicemail. 800-914-5567.
Futures and options trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors.
Be honest. Will owning a bigger TV help you get ahead in life? Will another pair of shoes make you a better person? Probably not. But what if you could speak another language? If acquiring a new language excites you more than acquiring more stuff, then wait until you hear this. As part of its biggest language learning event in history, Rosetta Stone is giving away demos of its powerful language learning software absolutely free. For your free demo, call 1-800-921-5663. And Rosetta Stone has made language learning more convenient than ever. Learn on your computer or iPad, then practice on the go with your smartphone or MP3 player without ever opening a book or memorizing boring vocabulary again. Do you want more stuff, or do you want a language that will last a lifetime? After all, it's all about priorities. To try a free demo of this powerful language learning software, call 1-800-921-5663. Again, get your free demo now. 1-800-921-5663. That's 1-800-921-5663.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner needs replacing.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioners.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, go to ahs.com or call 1-800-763-1063. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com or call 1-800-763-1063. 1-800-763-1063.
Are you always running late because you can't find your car keys or wallet? Then you need Tile.
With Tile, you'll never lose anything again. Just attach it to your car keys, wallet, backpack, or anything else you want to keep tabs on.
My husband is always losing track of his wallet and keys, so Tile was the perfect gift for him.
Order Tile today and get free shipping. Go to gettilenow.com. That's gettilenow.com. Gettilenow.com.
Sirius 206, XM 103.
The greatest comedians of all time are coming to a brand new channel, Sirius XM Comedy Greats.
Tell you, with my life, I got no respect at all.
Whatever happened to crazy? With comedians like Joan Rivers, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Pookie Langwood, Ellen DeGeneres, Eddie Murphy, Sam Kinison, and many more. It's all your favorite legendary comedians in one place. Sirius XM Comedy Greats, starting Thursday on Channel 94, or listen on the Sirius XM app.
For P150, P150GA, P150OK, P150TN, C250A, C250E, C250Q. Not available in all states.
Have you put off seeing the dentist because you can't afford to go? Are big dental bills taking a big toll on your wallet? Would you like to have dental insurance but think it's too expensive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company for a free information kit. See how you can help protect your teeth and your wallet by calling now. 1-800-783-2963. This is real dental insurance that can help cover over 300 procedures. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired. You can see any dentist you choose and you'll never pay a deductible. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-783-2963. That's 1-800-783-2963. 1-800-783-2963.
FamousSmoke.com would like to apologize. Not long ago, our Twitter feed lit up because our radio commercials, well, suck. In hindsight, it's true, and we feel bad that we made you endure Vinny V.
This coupon thing is wowie zowie.
Suffered our shameless holiday pandering.
You're suckerner than leprechaun at FamousSmoke.com.
And are downright remorseful that we put it to music.
First you take your cigar.
Problem is, we're too busy slashing prices on the biggest selection of cigars from Acid, Cohiba, Romeo, Padron, and hundreds more brands to make good commercials. But we know we can do better. And here's proof. Go to FamousSmoke.com and click the Activate button. One click will give you 10% cash back on your purchase of $75 or more. That's FamousSmoke.com and click Activate. And let's agree, no more commercials that suck. Just the top-notch premium cigars you love at discount prices and 10% cash back on your order when you click Activate at FamousSmoke.com.
When I listen to Audible, I'm not driving my daughters to rhythmic gymnastics practice. I'm trekking through Esplanar on a quest for the crystal sheath. The dark forest envelops me and I smell the sulphurous discharges wafting off the flame pits of Lothana. Yes, I am close! The end is nigh!
Dad, the light's green!
Daddy sees it, sweetheart.
Audible, stories that surround you. More than 180,000 audio titles, and your first download is free at audible.com/Sirius.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life.